brought to you, of course, by TheoTrade. We're going to talk a little bit about Ultimate Trades, and Ultimate Trades is 2021's high probability income generator. Again, my name is Don Kaufman. Welcome to everybody. There's a risk disclosure. We are not financial advisors nor a broker dealer. We always throw this out there. I spent about 3 years in the trading world in Chicago, and then I actually went and had about 15 years in the brokerage world, but I am no longer a licensed broker dealer or registered investment advisor. Next in the docket, this is why you're here, which is one of the most important things is to know why specifically you're here. We're going to talk a little bit today specifically about ultimate trades and why they're not just ideal for the current environment. I'm just going to get down to business right now. You could actually make an argument, which I'll do here momentarily. This could actually be the greatest environment in the history of what we term ultimate trades. So we're going to talk about, generating potential monthly income using these particular trades. We're actually going to look at a trading symbol professionals use on a daily basis to create ultimate trades, which I'll show you here momentarily. You're also going to learn how, when, and really where retail edge lies for, retail traders. And that's, people are not used to the word edge. Okay, if you're not familiar with edge, we'll discuss that a little bit in retail trade. You're a retail trader. I'm a retail trader. I don't think any of us are market makers. There might be a couple, portfolio managers on board with us today, but for the most part, we are all retail traders. You're also going to learn to reap the benefits of high probability trades while learning about how not to take large losses. So we are going to not only talk about high probability trades, we're also going to talk about risk mitigation, which is actually termed hedging. And we're also going to discuss finding the most viable candidates for ultimate trades. So as I said, kind of let's get down to business here. There's an indicator that you're going to see me using throughout the course of this presentation and many of the presentations that we do here at TheoTrade. That indicator is actually called expected move. Now, I have screenshots of everything, but again, the market right now, here we are, the market's open, right? And I don't mind deviating and going right to a live trading screen, which I will do a number of times during today's session. In fact, we may even fire off a couple live trades. That's all right with everybody. Anyway, the indicator though on here is called the expected move indicator. And what the expected move indicator does, well, it's many-fold what you can do with it, but what it's designed to do, it displays, okay, what the option marketplace depicts risk to be moving forward. So those three lines that you saw on the screen, and I'll kind of pop that back up, that is what the option market, okay, is displaying risk to be for this week. So the upper line, the lower line, they effectively give you a range that the marketplace is pricing to be in. There are, again, innumerous examples I could give of this, and we will use it. We will provide you the auto expected move indicator at the end of this webcast. We do that, okay? Hey, listen, stay with us right until the end of the webcast. We will give you a link. That link, which you follow, will provide you the auto expected move indicator. It's about a $500 value. We do that simply because, listen, I use it constantly, all right? And I just don't think that it's right to just talk about an indicator and then just, pull the rug out from under you there. So we will provide you the auto expected move indicator, which is like a $500 gift. I'm telling you, if you have never used it, you haven't seen it, it'll change the way that you view markets. So again, here's a little bit about the auto expected move indicator. Next, a couple little housekeeping items before we dive too deep into this. Listen, it's a skill set today, okay? I know that when people show up, they constantly, want flashing red and green lights and, show me which way the market's going to go. But this is a skill set. If you want to learn this business, it's not always going to be instant coffee, instant tea. You're going to have to learn something. And I don't want that to turn people off. And I, by the way, I always watch questions. If you're just joining us, by the way, I'm looking at there's a monitor here that's running my presentation. There's a monitor here so I can actually watch markets, and there's a monitor here so I can answer your questions. So if you see me looking away, I'm not looking away from you. I'm simply reading some of the chats in here. One of the things though that I implore you to do one of the things that I want you guys to really understand is this is really the content that we're covering here. And this is important. This is stuff that you're going to need moving forward in the marketplace here. So shut the door, turn off Skype chat, whatever else is distracting you, close Facebook. You don't need no stinking Facebook. Put your phones on silent mode and definitely kick out the kids, the grandkids, boom, they're gone. Listen, you took the time to be here, focus on being here. And I really do mean that because I'm going to move at a fast clip. I have a lot of slides today. Here's a bit about me. So, some people may or may not be familiar. So I would be Don Kaufman. Here at TheoTrade, there are 7 other full-time traders that work alongside of me. But because I'm giving the presentation today, I'm one of the co-founders here at TheoTrade. A little bit about me. So I watched order flow for 15 years, and that in large part is what brings me here. So just a brief background, I grew up around traders. What does that mean? Well, I had an uncle that was a market maker. He started one of the largest trading firms in existence. The firm was called O'Connor and Associates. It was based out of Chicago. He started in 1976. He built the firm to over 500 seats on exchanges around the world. He actually sold the firm in 1992 to the Swiss bank. That trading division is still the driving force behind now what is UBS. So that is what kind of got me, I guess involved, but I grew up around it. Like, people always ask me, when did you learn about options? And when did you learn about the stock market? And when did you learn about this? And I grew up around it, like literally, talking around the, Thanksgiving dinner table, oh, those were in the money. So I grew up around it, and I really got involved in the late 90s, 3 weeks out of college, which was in the late 90s. I went to Chicago and I started trading. And about 18 months thereafter, I was invited into a startup brokerage firm. And nobody knew what the name of the brokerage firm was at that point. But in 2001, it was Thinkorswim. So I started working for them even before it was officially even named Thinkorswim, but it's a contract basis. I came on full time in 2001. So I built the education division of Thinkorswim. I was on the executive team when we took the company public in 2007. I went on to be acquired by TD Ameritrade. And from roughly 2010 to 2015, I actually ran the entire education division of TD Ameritrade. And well, that gave me access to you and order flow. And that's what everybody always asks me. They're like, so what's order flow? We studied everything that everybody ever did in every way, shape, or form. And what I mean by that, when I say we have studied you forward and back. We know every nuance, every nook and cranny that you've ever thought about in terms of trading. If you've ever done any strategies in the options side of the business, we studied them using big data. It's not like I went in there and go like, hey, what did Mike do today in his account? It's not the way it worked. You could look at something and say, how many people did a covered call? If they did a covered call, what logic did they use? And you could actually do regression analysis and all of this. And you want to know what works and what doesn't work, you should seriously listen today, because I'm telling you right now, what we provide you here at TheoTrade is derived from a lot of the data of what works best for retail traders. You got to understand, we had access to watching you trade tens of billions of dollars every single day, and there's no stone left unturned in that. I mean, that's what we did to build education. And we actually took that knowledge and of course, eventually left TD Ameritrade and built TheoTrade. Many of the people that are here at TheoTrade actually come from Thinkorswim and TD Ameritrade. So it's a little background on this. By the way, I also let you guys know right now, if you ever need to get a hold of me after today, right here, just go to support@theotrade.com. Listen, we use a common inbox. What that effectively means is you can email me anytime. Just put Don in the heading. And of course, go right to support@theotrade.com. By the way, yeah, we answer emails. That's why I'm letting you guys know this. Like, I answer emails, probably do 4 or 5 hours of emails a day. It's worthwhile to us. We get to actually talk to clients and with what's working, what's not. All right, next in the docket here, I still do a couple of media appearances from time to time. This is actually TD Ameritrade TV. I usually do one spot a week on TD Ameritrade TV. This is actually some CNBC I've done over the years. This is obviously the most memorable because it's myself pitted against Kevin O'Leary. Of course, he couldn't be a nicer guy, so I don't want to ruin that for you. You know, there's a stigma around him, but he couldn't be a nicer guy. Anyway, let's get down to business. What are ultimate trades? So we've gone through the formalities. What are ultimate trades? Listen, higher volatility, which, you know, there's a lot of things people can disagree on these days, but one thing I think that you can agree on is following the onset of COVID, volatility is, well, it's considerably higher. All right. It also has resulted in significantly more options premium. So, you know, whenever I talk about volatility, I think it's fair to come in here and actually bring up VIX. So if you've never looked at VIX, for those of you that are new here, what's VIX? Okay, what's VIX? Come on, scream it out. What's VIX? Look, there's a Q&A here. You know, I'll step back from the screen. What is VIX to you? It's the S&P 500 volatility index. For the most part, you know, people kind of call it like the fear index. It's a volatility index. And as I said, with like the onset of COVID, you can see there's the onset of COVID right here, okay? And it's still considerably higher. So there's some higher volatility out there, but no, that's not everything, okay? Options implied volatility skew is also at historically high levels. I'm going to talk more about that right now. And then the volatility remains at record highs. Listen, so I threw three terms out to you. First and foremost, you know, I'm talking about like option skew and volatility of the volatility, okay, which is actually called the VVIX, remains at like record highs. You know, people, they don't look at this stuff and they don't, you know, if you're kind of curious, let's look at the VVIX for a second. This is the VVIX and this is the VVIX, okay? This is over the last 5 years. Notice anything interesting about here? First of all, I drew a line on the screen, and that line on the screen is right at 110. What's interesting here is that VVIX, it just hasn't backed off. Look at this. It has not backed off. So what gives? Like what's going on in the marketplace right now? Volatility, okay? In the backdrop of the marketplace, you might see the VIX dropping, but skew has never been higher, and the VVIX is actually at record highs, okay? There's a lot of edge in there. In fact, everybody always asks me what Ultima is. It's not ultimate. This is not, you know, like ultimate trading, the ultimate fighting championship. It's not like ultimate. It's Ultima, the volatility, the volatility of the volatility. Okay. There is edge in this marketplace if you know where to find it. And that edge lies in understanding a little bit about what we term skew. So whenever we look at markets and talk about markets, I have tendency to revert to this. And again, I'm just drawing on the screen right here. So so kind of bear with me as I bring up my little drawing tool. This, okay, is what they call a normal distribution curve. And pretty much everything you do in your life can fit in one of these. And 68% of all occurrences happen in here. And by the way, 68%, that's just one standard deviation. Like, don't worry about the 68. That's not important for today. But what's going on in today's marketplace is skew. There's skew. The marketplace right now, it's not this lovely normal distribution. The marketplace is actually pricing a lot of risk continuously, right, to what we term the downside. Effectively, it's changing how option pricing functions. And if you've never seen this before, well, here's a great way to view it. It's actually called, well, record skew. So we have a symbol, and the symbol is called SKEW. If you've never seen it before, you can take a look at it. And this is, you know, this couldn't be more timely, but you do realize it's, you know, as of the other night, it's at record highs. It actually hit 155, which is theoretically the highest, you know, reading. There was a 159 print at one point, but this is, for the most part, this is 10 years of skew. This is some of the highest readings we've ever had in terms of skew. And you go, well, what does that do for me? Okay, because this is what Ultimate Trades is about. What does it do for you? You know, how can we use skew to our advantage? Skew can provide huge edge in the sale of out of the money options. Okay, skew can provide huge edge in the sale of out of the money options. I know I said options, I said the O word. Okay, but you, just out of curiosity here, how many people are trading some options? Come on, how many of you are actually trading options? I know I'm like off the side of the camera over here because again, my Q&A panel's way far away. How many people trade some options here? Good, bad, indifferent? Just kind of curious. So a lot of people that do trade options. Okay, a couple of people I do, they love them. They love them. All right. And the interesting irony is that most people, there's like a regular, way to kind of get involved in options. When people first get involved in options, you typically learn like, I don't have to buy that stock. I'm going to go out and buy me some calls, which is fine. Most retail traders start on the buy side of options. Okay. And lately, a lot of retail traders have been on the buy side of options. In fact, it's like a retail like mecca out there, man. I mean, retail traders are the option volumes are exploding because all of a sudden people realize I ain't got to go out and buy me, Amazon or Tesla. They just go out there and like, yeah, AMC and roll the dice on those. But many retail traders are buying options, and in effect, they're tweaking pricing to be beneficial for premium sellers. As I said, skew has never been higher. If you're not familiar with skew, you're going to see some skew in here today. Skew is it's just ridiculous. I mean, the premiums in options right now they're constantly pricing in, if you will, like Armageddon is coming. It's craziest thing because all of a sudden the marketplace is actually pricing. It's skewed, it's tweaked, and you have to learn how to take advantage of it. And that's exactly what Ultimate Trades happens to be. And again, you know what? We are going to talk a little bit about options today, and I don't want that to turn anybody off because if you're brand new here, listen, you can do this, and we're going to talk a little bit about that momentarily. As I was saying, like yesterday, this is yesterday's trade. When I say yesterday, I mean like I literally mean this was yesterday. This, what you're looking at, is what they call an OCC report. Okay, and I call this Retail Traders Gone Wild. The OCC report, this is from last night. We did 36 million contracts. I say we, okay? The entire marketplace traded 36 million option contracts yesterday, which is actually, it's a little bit light versus if you look at 2021 year-to-date average, year-to-date average in 2021 has been about 39 million. If you looked back at last year after COVID, it really picked up, but we're still even north of that. What I'm just showing you here, even in a light trading session, we're doing 36 million option contracts. Insane, insane. What is it? Retail traders. A lot of people are working from home now, and people kind of figure out they work from home. They work off the side of their desk. Work goes to the side, and you actually are trading throughout the course of the day. Come on, people, admitting it is the first step over here. We're actually going to teach you the best way to trade these options. And right now, we're going to teach you exactly where the edge lies. And I will show you, and I want to make something clear here. What I do is completely no holds barred today or forever. What I mean by that, and I like to display this right off the bat. People constantly ask me is this is your account? Listen, we show you everything that we do. This is 45 days of activity. This is just one account, and I do have a multitude of accounts. This is 73 fills, okay, specifically in the last 45 days. This is not only a funded account, this is a portfolio margin account, but you get to literally see everything that I do in my account, okay, throughout the course of this entire session. So when I say this is no holds barred, because people, they get knocked around in the marketplace and they start to lose a little bit of faith, especially if you're on the retail side. That gets hard. I want to make sure that you guys, okay, that you not only get this, but you understand that you can also follow trades that we're doing right here, right now. So what I'm going to talk about a bit today is learning to sell options. And funny about like selling options, many people kind of hear through the grapevine that maybe selling options is the way to make money. How many people have actually heard that? Because it's funny because a lot of people hear about selling options and they're not entirely sure, like, and then they experiment on this. And when I say experiment, if you experiment in selling options, you're going to know full well that there's some risk involved. Of course, there's going to be risk involved, but most people are not really familiar with how to sell options. So today's session is going to separate myths from real risks, fact from fiction, and selling options premium. So we're not, by the way, we're not just here to, oh, let's sell options premium. Anybody can sell options. Like it doesn't, anybody can sell options. It's how to actually produce consistent, monthly income potential from that. And more appropriately, you got to dial in where the edge lies in doing this. Now, do not panic. I know that some of you are brand new today. Like you can do this. Maybe you know nothing about options. That's fine for today's session. Newsflash, though. Okay. Before I go any further, selling options premium can now be done in small accounts. And I want to address it first and foremost because there is inevitably somebody tuned in here. And as they tune in to today's session, they're like, well, I know enough about selling options. I only have a $2,000 account. I would be excluded from doing this. You are absolutely unequivocally wrong on that front. Okay. There are new products. You can now do this in retirement accounts. Okay. I mean, it's a brave new world that you may not be aware of. You've $2,000. You can actually do some pretty decent size in selling options premium, even inside of a retirement account. And most are not familiar with this because their brokerage firm, they don't go out there and like publicize. Did you know that you can even sell naked inside of an IRA account now? Serious. You can sell options naked, not just naked puts, naked calls. You could do anything you want in a retirement account now. And few people even know that they can do that. Maybe your brokerage firm doesn't do it, okay? But you can do that now. And again, that for some reason doesn't ever seem to infiltrate down to most clientele. So if you're brand new to this and you've never traded an option before, for starters, big concepts, grasp the concepts regarding probability. Let's dive right in. Okay, there are many facets of selling options premium. Listen, I grew up around options trading. So sometimes when I get a little bit more into this, I'm like, we're doing this and we're selling premium and I got some credit spreads. Listen, selling premium can be referred to. There's a lot of terminology around this. Like you can refer to this in a number of ways. It's called selling premium. What does selling premium mean? It means selling options. Credit spreads. What do credit spreads mean? It means selling options. What does short call mean? It means selling options. What does put spreads mean? Oh, that's selling options too. What's delta neutral? Most of the time, delta neutral is sell side, meaning selling premium. Then you can go sell naked. That's when you just sell options naked. Okay. Selling premium can be used to create both bullish and bearish positions. But you know what? For today, I'm going to tell you right now, for today, we're not going to look at any MACDs, no Fibonacci's, no Bollinger Bands. Did the Bollinger Band make you do it? We're actually going to be net neutral in today's session. So let's get down to it. Probability and profitability. Your trading, okay, no matter what you do in this business, I don't care whether you buy a Microsoft stock or whether you go out there and trade some options, everything you do in this business, it's all based on probability. It's all based on probability. You can create trades all day long with a 90% probability of success, but you can still lose money. And I want you to remember that right here, right now. So, a lot of people, so again, I like this conversation because a lot of people, they're still hesitant to come around to options. And some people are like, I don't know if I'm ready to trade options. I'm going to make an argument here. Even if you're not going to trade options in today's marketplace, you absolutely unequivocally must understand options. Why? Okay, because options are what are now moving stock. It's the cart literally leading the horse in recent trade. The reason I'm throwing up this 90% probability, like everybody, they hop onto webcasts like this and they immediately ask, and we already had one in here, they immediately ask, how often are you right? I don't know, 95% of the time. Okay. Probability alone does not make you money. You can be right 95% of the time and you can still lose money. So remember this because we're going to talk a little bit about probability and profitability. Markets, they're always going to be a trade-off. So it's always a series of trade-off. Higher probability actually equates to higher risk. So again, you could be right 90% of the time and still lose money. So where can you find edge? That's what we have to get to. Being right 90% of the time. Can I tell you guys something fun? Okay. In a minute here, I'm going to show you in about 2 seconds. You can hop on to any trading application that you know. You can find trades and you'll be right 90% of the time. Okay. We have to teach you, though, how to convert being right 90% of the time into longer term profitability. Hope that makes sense, right? So in doing so, like, how do we get long-term profitability? Edge. Okay, and that is what you're here for, correct? Get ready, because now we're going to show you something very important. So this is the first time I'm actually bringing this up. This is discovering probability and premium selling tactics. Now, many of you have never traded an options contract. Again, that's fine. By the way, who here is brand new and never has traded an options contract? Okay. Anybody brand new, never traded one option contract? Just put a Y into the chat. If you're brand new, never traded one. Okay. I've never traded an options contract, or you can say me. Me works. Me. Okay. So if you've never ever traded an options contract, I want to know about it. Come on, people. Admitting it is the first step today. Wow, this script, I'm gonna have to, it's like pulling teeth to get you guys to talk. Okay. I will beat it out of you. I will. So, all right, only a handful of people. So I assume that the rest of you actually have traded some options before, because not too many people actually came in here. As I often say, again, admitting it is the first step. So when you go in here, and again, the reason I'm asking that is not because I'm necessarily going to go into the basics. Okay, it really isn't. I'm going to run at a pretty good clip regardless here, but the reason I'm asking it is because even those that are experienced, they miss some of the finer points of options. Okay, and I'm going to come in here right now, and I'm actually going to draw on the screen a little bit here, so hang with me as I do this. So you're looking at a stock, and the stock is trading right smack at 50 bucks. And we're going to start with a really simple example. In fact, I'll tell you what, I sometimes use like examples like here on a PowerPoint, but we'll even deviate to a live market. Okay. Why? There's a reason I really, really like doing these sessions, but I really like doing it when the market's open because it's dynamic to me. Crap is moving. There's nothing worse than like, doing a session that's just, at night or whatever, and nothing's open. So take a look at Twitter. By the way, the reason I brought up Twitter is it's the only thing I could find that was like close to 50 bucks. So let's make it more real. So you look at Twitter, and we're going to go in and we're going to open up an option chain. And some people have never done that before. We're going to go out 44 days, 44 days. And there's these drop downs. Okay. And this, by the way, the brokerage platform that I'm currently looking at, the one right on your screen, that's Thinkorswim. And we help build Thinkorswim. There's another platform I also use, which is Tastyworks. Okay. So I kind of go back and forth. I do. I use both of those, but I want to show you there's a drop down over here, and it's called probability OTM. And what probability OTM means, right? It means probability out of the money. So in this particular instance, okay, I can immediately pull up a trade. This is probability out of the money. And it says 85% or 90% or 98%. You do realize, like, again, in literally an instant, you're capable of pulling up trades that have an 80, 90% probability, but that does not make you money. Let's get into how to make money, sustainability. And for that, I actually am going to go back over to the PowerPoint. So we're going to look at this $50 stock. And this one, we'll make it a fictitious symbol. We'll make it stock. Okay. Every stock that I use is called stock. The stock is trading right smack at 50 bucks, as it says over here. And we're going to go out, okay, in this example, we're going to sell, all right, a 60 call. We're going to sell a 60 call. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to make this even easier. I'm going to sell that call, and I'm only going to sell it for $1 credit. Done. That's it. That's all I'm going to do in this first example. Now, before you guys start like hopping on me and you're like, trade this, like, I get it. I have been trading since puberty. That was last week. No, I've been trading a long time. And I get that this trade has risk, but let's discuss the facets of this trade. So right now, we have this stock, and the stock is trading right at 50. Let me first bring up a couple of things. Number one, do I own the stock? Do I own the stock? Do I own the stock? No, I do not own the stock. So I don't own stock. Okay. What have I done here? I've gone out and I've sold a 60 call. And a lot of people go, whoa. How do you sell a call, Don? You never even owned it. Well, first of all, okay, when you're trading options, you can be both a buyer and a seller. A buyer has rights. A seller has obligations. If I bought the 60 call, that means I have the right to buy the stock at 60. So I bought the 60 call. I have the right to buy the stock at 60. Do I want to buy the stock at 60? No, I'm just trying to make money. I mean, let's call it what it is. So if you buy a 60 call, where do you want the stock to go? I want you to think about it. If you buy a 60 call, you want that stock to go up. You want it to go up big. You want it to go up really big, and it better do it because this option has a time frame on it. That option is 1 month of time. So 1 month of time, you're like, because you have what? 1 month for the stock to get above 60. And if it doesn't get above 60 plus the dollar you paid for it, that's if you're a buyer, right? Doesn't get above 60, you're a loser. So in this example, I'm not buying a 60 call. I'm actually selling a 60 call. Do I own stock? No. I'm selling a 60 call. And in this case, let's be scary. Just in this example, let's be scary. Let's say we're selling it and selling it naked. Selling it naked, like, oh, it could be the death of me. If you sell a 60 call naked, you're obligated to give somebody your stock at $60. Do you own stock? No. Do you want to own stock? No. Okay. So why are you selling a 60 call? Oh, I have a good reason. Because I want to collect $1. That's it. That's the only reason. Well, I'm going to show you where edge is in the market in a moment. Okay. But I'm going to sell a 60 call. I'm going to sell it. Okay. And I'm just going to sit there. And for the better part of a month, I'm going to go, I hope, I hope, I hope, I hope. Where can this stock go? Okay. Well, the stock can stay flat. If the stock stays flat, you keep your dollar. Right. So there, all right, that's pretty good. And if the stock stays flat, you keep $1. Ooh, I collected $1. If the stock goes down, what do? You keep $1. If the stock goes right up here to 55, what do? You go, I wet myself. Okay, but you still keep your $1. If the stock goes to 60, that's when panic sets in. You're like, oh, I'm gonna. Yeah, but even if the stock goes to 60, you still technically keep your $1. When do you lose money? What if the stock jumps from 50 and goes all the way to 100? You're like, oh, I don't care who you are. That is gonna hurt, right? Stock goes from 50 all the way to 100. You sold a 60 call. Someone has the right to take stock from you at what price? 60. You own the stock? No. So what are you going to have to do? You're going to have to go out there and you're going to have to buy the stock at 100, give somebody stock at 60. How much you're going to lose? $40. Oh, but wait, I forgot. You're not really going to lose 40. You're only going to lose 39 because you already collected $1. That's much better. All I want you to see right now, okay, is this reality. Selling a 60 call, okay, is what? A high a high probability trade. Can you take loss in here? Absolutely, unequivocally, yes. And if you take a loss, it could theoretically be a very, very large loss. What do you do after selling the 60 call and collecting your $1? You sweat until expiration. Now, people, that does not give you edge. All I want you to understand at this point, I want to make sure that we're good over here. All right. And again, this is important. All I want you to do is understand the logic. Can you sell an option? Yes. Can you sell an option naked? Yes. You might not be able to, but all I want you to understand is I went out and I sold some out of the money call, and then I did nothing, and I'm trying to collect $1. Okay. If we got to that point, great. The other add-on in there is that this is extraordinarily high in terms of a probability. Why is it such a high probability? Because when you're out there, okay, and here is this 60 call, right? The stock can stay flat. There's a pretty good probability the stock stays flat. There's a, probability the stock goes down. If the stock goes all the way down to 40, the 60 call expires. Even if the stock goes up to 55, to 57, to 58, you're still collecting $1. So how do you take a loss in here? The only way you take a loss is if the stock gets above like 61, which is the break-even point. Do you understand from the conceptual side of this? Not, we're not literally trading it. From the conceptual side, though, that trade has an incredibly high probability. Okay? Are we comfortable with that? One of the most important things today is that, you're sitting at home playing the TheoTrade at-home game. You're learning a little bit about Ultimate trades. We got to kind of ramp you up, little piece by piece, especially for those of you. There are a lot of people in here, and I know this sounds crazy, but there's a lot of people, they have experience in this business, okay? But what brought them through the system, okay? It's not what I would call good experience, okay? So what do we do to create high probability trades? Again, we can go on to a trading application. You guys name a stock. Somebody in here name a stock, right? Name a stock and see if we can find a high probability trade, right? So I love it. The first thing that comes up is like Tesla. Tesla. So could we do a high probability trade in Tesla? Of course we could. You know, when we talk about probability, in fact, I have every single option in this chain open. We talk about probability. Look, you can create trades all day long. That trade right there, I have it highlighted on your screen. It's the 750 calls. You're trading for $6. You have a 90% probability of making 1 penny or more. The only rationale I wanted to give you on here is that once you learn about probability and options, okay, you can almost be like, it's like a monkey can open up a trading application. Look, I am one. A monkey can open up the trading application and be like, I can find me 90% probability trades. I want you to see that because high probability means squat, People get obsessed with probability, okay? Probability unto itself is it's a lost leader. And again, when people come in there, they go, I'm right 90% of the time. Bow to me. Okay. Oh, I could be right 90% of the time. I just click this mouse and I'm right 90% of the time. And hell, I can collect $6. Seems like pretty good. Ain't no edge in that though, and you're gonna get killed because I'll tell you right now, Tesla's not going to be a good candidate. And we're actually going to talk a little about candidacy. Let me go further. Okay. Selling options equals positive time decay. When you sell options, every day that passes sees the dwindling of options premium. For some reason, whenever I think about options premium, I always think about like the Wicked Witch. They dump water on her. She's like, I'm shrinking. As time passes, I got to get out more often, obviously. As time passes, the options you sold decay exponentially. Let's take a moment to review decay. Now, people, there's a reason that I'm reviewing decay. I'm about to blow your mind, and you're about to learn what Ultima Trades is. If there is an important point to be made today, you ready? It's coming. So, along the way, like, you're sitting at home and again, playing the TheoTrade at home game. And I implore you right now for the next 5 minutes, you better pay attention because I don't care how experienced you are. Okay. What has gone on in the marketplace has shifted. This is what Ultima Trades really breaks down to. This is what skew and what we term kurtosis are really about. Theta decay, feel the burn. What we are discussing, okay, and I'm going to put this in more context. A lot of people go out and they're familiar with how options decay. They buy an option and the option has 1 month of time, right? And they traded that option for $2 and they go out and buy the option. And decay looks something like this. So you buy your option for $2, okay? And then like maybe a week from now, the option only drops to about $1.80. Anybody ever had that happen before? So you buy an option for $2, nothing really happens in the stock. A week from now, you're like, I'm okay. I only lost 20 cents. I'm okay. By the way, everybody always does that. I'm okay. So a week from now, you've only lost 20 cents. And then, but a week from that, you're like, holy crap, because then the option's only worth $1. Before you know it, the option's trading at 30 cents. You're like, oh, screw it. I'll just hold it. I missed my exit. And this is the plight of options traders. They go out there and they're like, yeah, I'm okay. Right. At $1.80. And then like a week from there, they're like, oh, I got burned. It's only worth $1. And then they're like, oh, I might as well hold it and see if I can get my money back. Before you know it, it's worth 30 cents. And that is the plight of the options trader. Has anybody experienced that? Okay. So one of the things that I'm pointing out in here, just time decay. Okay. So in 1 month of time, options burn what? Quickly. I'm going to say that again. With 1 month of time, options burn what? Quickly. Everybody got that point? Great. Now we're about to get really serious because, as I said, you're going to find out what Ultima Trades are about. Now we're going to discover probability and premium selling tactics. Now we're going to move to a $100 stock. You ready for this? We're going to go out to a $100 stock. And in this particular circumstance, in example number 2, okay, we're going to go out and we're going to do a call again. And by the way, just for argument's sake, I like to use calls in the examples today. It's just easier for people. I'm not trying to say that you always have to trade calls, not at all. Actually, the puts fine, but Just calls are easier on newer people. The newbies, we're going to go out there and we're going to sell a 120 call. And once again, I'm going to go out and I'm going to sell it and I'm going to collect exactly $1. I'm going to sell it and I'm going to collect exactly $1. Okay. But in this case, I'm going to go out. There's going to be 100 days to expiration, 100 days out. So I'm going to go out and I'm going to sell a 120 call. I'm going to sell it for $1. That's it. Ta-da. And you go, that's great, man. What's the point? First of all, here's one point. How far does the stock have to move for you to lose money? Got to go up 20%. And that, you're like, well, Tesla could do that. Yeah, because in Tesla, you could actually sell this thing 30 or 40% out of the money. But here's a stock that has to go up 20% just for you to be able to do what? Lose money. Think about that from a probability point of view. There is a massive edge in here. Okay. Why am I 100 days to expiration? I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. I can't wait 100 days. Okay. I've got bills to pay. I've got mouths to feed. I ain't new. Like, I get it. 100 days out is where the edge lies. And that's exactly what we're going to look at. Further out in time right now is where edge lies. Want to see? Okay. Now I'm really going to start to ramp things up on you big time here. We're actually going to cruise over and we're going to go to the SPY. I'm going to start in the spiders. Okay. Now I haven't really looked at examples today, but it's fine because it is what it is. We're going to go. I'll tell you what. I'm going to overemphasize and exaggerate this. No, me never. I'm going to go all the way out. Let me actually open this up. Probability, and we'll pull up delta. Anyway, I'm going to find an option trading right at $1, and I'm just going to make a quick argument because here is people that have experience in this business. People that have experience in this business. Here's an option trading right at $1. Okay, time out. You ready? I'm talking to all of you that have actually traded options. The assumption is that you should always trade options, okay, that have very short amounts of time left. If then by chance you are selling options, you want to sell options that have very small amounts of time left. How many people have heard that before? Okay. How many people have heard that before, that you should sell options with shorter periods of time because options with shorter periods of time are going to have a higher rate of decay? Okay. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Okay. You don't have to raise your hand. You can just say me, 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 me. Okay. Come on. You got like 300 people in here. All right. So, and more, by the way, we're going to look at your stock. We'll look at your Uber. We'll look at your Amazon. We'll look at your Tesla. All right. So why am I 100 days out? Because skew is actually shifted. Now, there's a big, big difference. This is what Ultima Trades is about. So we're going to go 100 days out. I am not here to tell you that you're going to collect, a huge amount of money. I just want to make a quick point with this. All right. First and foremost, where's the stock trading? If you guys have never seen this, by the way, it's intimidating to be in a live trading application. Like if you've never really looked at this, look, spiders are trading at 420. I am all the way out to the 460. People, that's a big move. This is not like, Tesla, which can move that kind of, $40, $50 in a day when it gets wild. Tesla gets angry. This is the S&P 500. The S&P 500 right now, today, is possibly unchanged, but this thing would have to move up $40 just to threaten us. I feel threatened. Okay, that's a humongous move in the S&Ps in a short amount of time. What short amount of time? What all I want to do in this example, see this option for $1. Do you see it? You're like, huh? How much can I make in 30 days? You tell me, how much money can I make in 30 days? All right? How much can I make in 30 days? Bet you anything, okay, that I can get in this position. I can sell that option. And again, what I'm actually looking at in this example, right here, I want to sell that little monkey. Why? Because I want to make some decent premium. I want to get in and I want to get out, and I don't want to be anywhere near expiration. Okay. All I want to do, what are you in this business for? What are you in the business for? Okay. In the end, you're in this business to make money. Do you care what options you trade? I should trade options that have 30 days left. I should trade options that have a week left, because if the option only has a week left, I know what you're thinking. If the option only has a week left, I only have to sweat for 7 days. This guy wants me to sweat for 107 days. Absolutely unequivocally not. I don't want you to sweat for 107 days. I want to show you where the best premium decay happens to be. Okay. So I'm all the way out 107 days. And once again, I want you to look at this option. This option is the 460 calls. So let's actually write it up on the screen, right up here on the right-hand side. Okay. We're going to go out in this example. We're going to sell, okay, 460 call. We're doing this for the month of Sep. Okay. That's September, the 460 call, and it is trading for exactly $1. Okay. All right. Good, good, good. What's that option going to be worth like 30 days from now? I have an answer. Just close up the September options, okay, and open up the August options. See, what's the difference between September and August? What's the difference? Assuming that the marketplace didn't move very much, things were chill. What's the difference between September and August? I have an answer, about 1 month. So all you have to do is look at the August options, go to the August options and open up and look at the 460 calls, okay? Do it, do it. Go to the 460 calls. What are the 460 calls trading for? Okay, there it is. The answer is 45 cents. So if all else failed, okay, I would be able, after what, less than 30 days, to buy back the 460 calls. And I'd be able to, again, I received a dollar credit, be able to buy those back 45 cents. How much would I make in that trade? Roughly 55%. In 30 days, you can make over 55%. Actually, less than 30 days, you can make 55%. Stock never had the time to get anywhere near you. Okay. The only question is, how come you haven't thought of this? Because most people are not aware that the skew actually shifted. And volatility, which is actually what is termed Ultima, has actually shifted. The impact of this, it isn't negligible. It's absolutely massive. It's because of the influx of retail clients into this business. 55%, okay, on an option that's 100 days out. So what do you have to do? You just have to learn how to do this properly. Okay, this is the key. You got to learn how to do this and learn how to do it properly. And I hope at this point that people are kind of catching on, because everybody always asks, why? Why sell options so far out in time? Again, you noticed in my example, I sold options a few months out in duration. Typically, traders sell shorter durations. However, that's why you're tuning into today's webcast. It's why it's about specific criteria. You know, what we do here at TheoTrade, it's not about teaching people like, oh, sell options. Okay, anybody can read a book and figure out. You can Google 5,000 different pages will come up, selling options premium. What you won't learn though, right premium to sell. You won't learn the criteria, the specifics, the nut and bolts behind it. Why did I go out 107 days? What did I, I'm just showing you, I could have exited that trade and in less than 30 days made over 55% of the premium. And what are these monkeys doing selling options with a week to go? Okay, selling options with a week to go is an absolute death wish, because you're going to make money, you're going to make money, you're going to make money. And what's happened to you? You hit the train. Okay, you got to learn the criteria, because there's 90% probability, which is exactly what I'm doing. I'm doing a trade that is a 90% probability, but then there's also the 10% hammer. Okay. And before I even get into this, and again, we're going to talk about the 10% hammer. I want to overemphasize this point. People, they just think, hey man, I just go out this and do this in any single product. You go out in Tesla. I want to show you Tesla all the way out to the September options inside of Tesla. Okay. Because Tesla could be a candidate, but you're going to have to deal with earnings and so forth in Tesla, right? Look how far out of the money I am. Tesla, which is a $600 stock. Okay, let's get crazy and just make a quick point. Again, I want to make a quick point that how much things have actually shifted. Okay, could Tesla double in price? Could Tesla double in price in the next 30 days? Maybe. Okay, but here's an option that I could sell for $2 right now. I could sell an option legitimately for $2. And I know everybody looks at this and they're immediately going to go, what about margin? Leave margin out of this for a second, because somebody inevitably talks about margin. And I'm going to tell you right now, we can work through margin. You can do this with $2,000 in your account. Somebody already asked that question in here multiple times, right? So again, I stress to you, okay, push margin aside in your head right now. Like the margin gods, okay, will go easy on you. We can teach you how to do that. First, you got to understand conceptually what we are doing. Tesla would literally have to double in price in 30 days. I can sell this option right now for $2. And I want to show you, like, what has Tesla done as a stock lately? It doesn't really matter. Okay. What Tesla's done, it hasn't doubled. I mean, the highest it's been, there it is at 900, but Tesla would literally have to go to 1200. And if it doesn't, here's a 1200 call. What is the 1200 call trading at 79 days from now? Okay. And again, this is, if you're new to this, sometimes it's a little intimidating. It's worth what? Just about half, just about half. But Tesla is not as good a candidate. Tesla is not as good as a candidate. Why? Oh, this one's actually easy. It's earnings. Earnings are actually keeping Tesla from not being a great candidate. And you'll learn that there's little nuances of what makes a good Ultima candidate and what's not such a good Ultima candidate. I know you thought of that, right? Skew actually is not great inside of Tesla either. But we don't want anybody going out there and just doing random trades and having that kind of extraordinary risk. Okay. You've got to learn to mitigate your risk, because it all sounds good on paper because we got this 90% probability trade, but then you got what I term that 10% hammer, and 10% of the time, okay, like 90%, it sounds so good, but 10% of the time the market just rips your face right off. Boy, if you've never heard that term, rip your face off, that's trader lingo for basically getting run over, right? So when you trade high probability strategies and you're wrong, you literally get pounded. And that's where a lot of people, they've done this, okay? So I'm going to give you the plight, if you will, of what everybody in here has actually done selling options. Again, how many people again have sold options? You could just do the me, sold options, not bought options, but sold options. If you've ever sold options, let me tell you exactly what's happened to you. Remember, I spent 15 years inside of the brokerage world. Most of that time was at Thinkorswim, which was a startup firm. We had the largest option order flow in the entire industry. Then, for 5 years, I actually spent at TD Ameritrade. And for 5 years, we had the single largest order flow in the entire brokerage business. So I've seen everything that you're ever going to do. I've seen everything that you've ever going to do, but I've also, like, to the point we've analyzed it. So every thought that you've ever had, we've already seen it. This is exactly what you're going to do. You're going to learn a trade one day, and it's called an iron condor. And you're going to go out there and you're going to sell iron condors. You're going to sell credit spreads. And I'm going to tell you exactly what you're going to do. You're going to learn to do this, and you're going to learn it in a product probably called the spiders, right? So SPY, you go out there, you're like, I sold me some options premium. And what you do is you like collected a little bit of money. You like made $1. And you know what? At the end of a month, you did one for 30 or 40 days. And at the end of the month, you're like, holy crap, that actually worked. Anybody ever had that happen before? So it worked. You're shocked. It's like the first thing that's ever worked. Iron condor, credit spread. It worked. Iron condors and credit spreads are basically one and the same. So the very next month, you go out and do it again. You're like, holy crap, it worked again. That's 2 months in a row. On the third month, you kind of like stepping up your size a little bit. You're like getting a little puffed up, and you go out there, do 3-4 contracts in the spiders. And on the third month, it worked again. By the fourth or fifth month, you're no longer trading the spiders. You're trading a product now called the SPX. The SPX is the mother of all products. What does the SPX do? Okay. It invites you to come in there. It says, come, bring your money, bring your money. And in the SPX, what happens is you go out there and, you're this big, 10 lot trader inside of the spiders. Now you're trading 10 contracts in the SPX. By the way, the SPX is 10 times the size of the spiders. So when you're squawking your feathers in the market, it's just smart enough. The market's actually going to let you get to the fourth or fifth month. Okay. It lets you build contract size, and all of a sudden, bam, trade wreck. Okay. You end up not only losing what you made in the previous 4 months, you end up actually losing like half your account. People, that is the plight of those that sell options premium. Okay. I have seen this so many times. It is ridiculous. They make money, mark it all up all in one day, gone. All it takes is one volatility event, and you're like, you're done. Before you even wake up in the morning, you're like, oh, it's over before it started. The bell went off. I lost everything. It was great. How many people have actually done that? Yeah. Okay. It's ridiculous because people learn to sell options. They just don't learn it the right way. Nobody looks at this objectively and says, hey, selling an iron condor, it ain't got no edge. Sorry for the grammar, but it ain't got no edge. Why are you selling an iron condor? You ever think about where edge Where does it lie in the iron condor? It doesn't. There is no edge in the iron condor, at least not right now. There has been in the past, but not right now. So what do you have to do? You have to learn to do this the right way. Okay. And by the way, when I say train wreck, in here, and market's evil. It allows you to make money 3 or 4 times, and you increase contract size, then it hits you in the face, and you lose all the gains they made in the previous couple of trades. And by the way, if you've ever sold options, you're like literally looking at me right now thinking, holy crap, I think this guy can see my account. Yeah, I could. That's what I did for 15 years. Everything I did, like, people think that going out and running an education division of a brokerage firm is like, let's go out and do a couple of classes. What do you think we did every single day? All we did is sit there and like look at order flow all day. I can tell you everything about you before you've even done it. We know where your stops are. We know this. We know everything. Can you imagine what the professionals on the other side of your order flow must know? Okay. I know a lot. Okay. There's only a handful of people, though, ever talking about this. There's maybe 5 people in the entire industry that ever got access to the kind of order flow that we had when we were at Thinkorswim and TD Ameritrade. Again, that stuff's important. By the way, after you do this, people will make money, then they'll take a really big loss. Then they're going to get back on the horse. Huh? You're going to get back on the horse, and then you're going to go, I can fix it, man. I know where I went wrong. I can fix it. I know I can fix it. Fix, a very dirty word. So this is the next step that people take in the livelihood of selling options premium. Fix is a very dirty very dirty word. So I'm totally a cynic regarding like fixing trades, because fixing trades implies 2 things. Okay. When you fix a trade, more commissions, that's a guarantee, and more risk, that's a guarantee. People actually, they convince themselves that fixing trade it's like, I'm going to morph it into something. Let me tell you, morphing a trade, I love that term morph. Morph is a word for fix. Morph is like an amalgamation of crap. That's the terminology I would like to use right now. But anytime you're fixing a trade, again, more risk, more transaction costs. Isn't the first thing you learn in this business to do is what? Don't throw more good money after bad. But fixing trades does just that. Maybe a fix works. Maybe it does. Sometimes it does work. But the very notion of fixing a trade is just what? It's just pouring more money into an already losing position. I mean, the way you look at fixing a trade, you got to take a trade gone wrong. And I'm serious about this. Execute. Take a trade gone wrong, okay? And execute out of it. That's it. You don't try to fix something that's gone wrong, because it's the same thing. And this is the best analogy I could ever give. You take a car and you just drive it right off a cliff. Hopefully you're not in it. Take a car, drive it off a cliff, and then bring it to a body shop. And what are they going to say? They're like, that's a nice piece of garbage. What do you want me to do with that? And they go, well, we want you to fix it. And they go, wait. You paid 30 grand for the car. For me to fix it, it would probably cost 35 grand. How about this? That is a total, okay? And they would say, hey, go to your insurance company. What are they going to tell you? They say, hey, that's an amalgamation, okay? You can morph it into something else, though. It doesn't have to be a car anymore. You can make it a paperweight. It's ridiculous, okay? Body shop will tell you the exact same thing about the car as I'm going to tell you about your trade. It's a piece of junk. Let it go. Do it right. You got to learn. You got to learn how to really get into trades, but how to correct good trades gone bad. Okay. What's the correction in here? That's exactly what I'm going to show you. So here's a little bit more about like kind of the full Monty, if you will, of these positions. So I'm going to draw on the screen for just a few minutes. Okay. But before I even draw on the screen, okay, I want to give you a couple of little examples here. When I say before I draw on the screen, I'm going to draw on the screen right now. But when I say I want to give you a little example, we're not just going to go out and sell a call. So let's proposition that the spiders are right here. Okay. And the SPY is trading at 420. Do we own the spiders? Nope. Do we want to own the spiders? No, not really. Okay. We have to own the spiders. No, I am going to go out, and in this case, I am going to sell, right? 460 call. And I'm going to collect exactly $1 on that. That's it. So I sell a 460 call. Then what do I do? For margin, it makes sense that you also sell a put. I'm also going to sell, okay, and just bear with me for a moment, 320 put, that 320 put will actually be trading for $2. You go, well, why is it trading for more? Because there's actually what we call skew. So let's stop right there. I sold a call and I sold a put. Why do I do both? Because if you sell a call, it ties up margin. If you sell a put, it does not tie up additional margin. It's actually equivalent because you could only technically lose on the call or the put. You cannot lose on both trades simultaneously. So if your brokerage firm understands this logic, which by the way, in all honesty, we're in 2021, most brokerage firms actually don't understand that logic, which is just plain sad. But if they understand the logic, they only hold margin on one side or the other. So it actually always pays to sell both, never just one. So I sell the call and sell the put. Okay, what's my risk? Limited. Nobody's pointed this out yet. What if the marketplace crashes? You're dead. What if this marketplace crashes? You're dead, 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 dead. You sold for what? The market's at 420. And I just want to throw this up here. The market's at 420. Okay. You sold a 320 put. What if the marketplace comes, oh, you're crashing? We crash and we go down to 300. Okay. And from 300, we go to 200. You're like, you're puking out your guts. Do you have any idea how fast your losses could be? Okay. Here's the reality. You're not going to go out there and just sell anything naked. And again, for anybody in here that's concerned, like, oh, or somebody came in, but what about margin? Don't worry about margin. I got your back on margin. You can't sell naked. What you're going to have to learn, right? One, okay, 3 hedges. You got to get your hedge on. So we're going to have 1, okay, 2, 3. All right. What's 1, 2, 3? First of all, RTS, which stands for risk twist. Okay. This is a risk twist spread. A risk twist spread is a risk mitigation tactic. If the market crashes, the risk twist spread explodes in value. Literally, you're putting on a spread, okay? A very, very minute trade. And the minute trade, you got to think of it, it's like a little ticking time bomb. And if the marketplace comes down fast, it explodes in value. Why do we do that? Okay, risk mitigation. You have to have it on. Okay, number 2. Number 2 on here is a VVS, which is actually what we term, this is one of my personal favorites, the VIX vol spread. What's a VIX volatility spread? Oh, it's just like it sounds. We're actually going to place a very minute but powerful trade in the VIX. Why? What happens when the market crashes? The market goes down. The VIX goes where? Up quickly. We're going to go out and buy something that is dirt cheap in the VIX. And if the market crashes, the trade will explode in value. Okay. Number 3, we're actually going to use what is termed, okay, a gamma iron. The gamma iron can actually protect us both to the upside and the downside. There is one of 3 hedges that we will select from. Why? Because right now, the SPY is trading at 420. And what we intend to do, and again, I just want you to think about this in the spiders, because if you want to learn Ultima Premium and you want to generate premium, okay, for a living, you got to pay attention to this. So the SPY is trading at 420. We don't own the spiders. We're going to go out and we're going to sell 460 call. We're going to collect $1. Simultaneously going to go out and sell, for instance, 320 put. We're going to collect $2. On top of that, I'm probably going to end up selling some 480 call. Okay. I'm probably also going to eventually end up selling a 500 call if we continue to rally. I may even have sold, okay, 440 call. Okay. This is what we term inventory. And I'll probably sell 300 put, and I'll have sold, okay, a what? A 330 put. Look at this. This is an inventory management business. You know, if you want to learn like how trading firms really work, trading firms do not, like people think trading firms go out and they put on this one big massive position. Anytime that you hear about a trading firm putting on one big massive position, how does that end? Anybody remember just a few weeks ago, Bill Wang actually blew up? Okay. This so-called like spectacular trader, who turn out he's just a straight on gambler and just goes out and puts this huge position on, blows up in his face. Boom, done. Storybook career gone. Even he said, holy crap, that position was like 10 times larger than it should have been. Okay. You never hear about the inventory managers, except we want to build you inventory. Like, I want you to logically think of something like Amazon. Okay. Or you go to a supermarket. You go to a supermarket, there's apples. Okay. And some of those apples over there, they get bought and sold and bought and sold and bought and sold. And all the supermarket is trying to do is get through that inventory as fast as possible. Why? Because those apples, they're rotting. Okay. We're there hoping the apples rot. We're like, we sold apples short. We're selling apples and hoping they rot and hope they rot. And people are like, don't buy the apples, don't buy the apples, don't buy the apples. Look at them, they're all rotten. Once in a while, somebody buys an apple. Okay. But it's an inventory management business. And you go, but Don, okay, now that you put all this inventory on, it looks a little bit like difficult to manage. This takes 2 seconds to manage, 2 seconds. I'm actually going to make the argument that it's easier to manage inventory. It's hard to manage one big trade because if one big trade goes against you, ain't nothing you can do. But here, little trades scattered. Okay, you do not even have to watch them because we can actually use what we term good till canceled orders to enter and exit these trades. Good till canceled orders, they just sit out there in air. They sit out there in the servers, and the moment that the trade hits the price, boom, filled. Okay, and they fill for you. But what I'm actually doing in here is I'm also using a combination of these spreads to mitigate risk. Let me show you how this works. Okay, if the marketplace starts to come down and come down hard, the VIX volatility spread, you have a VVS spread. The VIX volatility spread will come to life. Why? Because as the market comes down, the VIX goes where? Up. The VIX spread starts to puff up profit and loss. So your profit, okay, on the VIX spread comes to life and helps offset. You don't have to offset all the losses. Sooner or later, you take a little bit of a loss. The whole key is you're doing trades with like a 90, 95% probability. Okay. You make money, make money, make money, make money, make money, make money, make money. And one day, oh, there's the loss. And oh, the loss. It's like literally like knife to the heart. Choking now. It's literally like, hold on. Now we need water. It's like knife to the heart when the loss comes. But here's the reality. How about we mitigate the loss? Use a VIX vol spread or a risk twist spread. And then you go, what's that gamma iron thing? You know what the gamma iron is? It's actually what they term an inside hedge. Okay. If the market moves big this way or big this way, the gamma iron literally comes to life and curbs the loss. Right in here, it'll actually curb the loss before you get out there. Okay. This is what you need to learn. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's not necessarily instant coffee, instant tea. Anybody, you put forth a couple of hours, okay, I'm serious, a few days of your life, you learn a new skill set. This is the place you want to be right now. In fact, I'm going to make an argument that skew is going to remain high. It's going to remain high for a long period of time because retail clients, they ain't going anywhere. Retail clients is as hot as can be. Option volume has exploded. And I'm telling you, okay, people, this is what you want to learn. Okay, you need this in your life. Okay, this is why you want to sell premium. Premium can now be sold in small accounts. That was not true even 2 years ago. New products came out. Okay, new products came out and allow you to sell accounts 5,000 and under. With a $2,000 account, you not only can sell premium, you can actually sell premium naked. You go, I can't do that. You can't. I'm willing to put money on it that you can. Okay, you can do this in an IRA. Now the IRA, here's the downside in the IRA. You have to have 5,000 in the IRA. With $5,000 inside your IRA, you can actually sell naked premium. It produces positive theta decay. It'll enhance existing positions. I didn't even talk about this. Maybe you're not just selling premium naked. Maybe you're actually selling it against existing positions. You can use ultimate trades like covered calls, but you've got to sell the right premium. This is going to provide an incredibly high probability of success. You never need to buy or sell the stock. And again, you could be wrong in market direction. And that's a concept that didn't even come up today. Market direction, forget about it. The trading firms have. Nobody even trades market direction anymore. Trading firms can't trade market direction. A lot of people don't know about that. Look at the Dodd-Frank bill. It's called the Volcker rule. You don't need market direction, okay, to produce returns. You do not need market to protect direction to produce returns, right? Especially with ultimate premium selling. And again, I reiterate, You need this in your life because selling premium can potentially bring in really consistent returns while kind of minimizing your risk. Now, if you want to learn how to do this, you want to learn how to sell premium and minimize risk the right way, we got to discuss a little bit about criteria, which I will do here momentarily. But for this, here are a few live trading examples. By the way, I'm going to rip through example after example after example. Everybody wants to see, and the proof is in the pudding. When I say everybody wants to see, they want to see what I do. They want to see what I do with real capital. I'm going to show you real capital. By the way, variations of every trade, okay, that I'm about to show you can be done with as little as $2,000 in a funded brokerage account. They can also be done inside of retirement accounts. So I'm going to start. I'm going to start here in Tesla, okay, and I'm just going to show you a couple of trades. I'm going to start in Tesla, and then we're going to move at a pretty good clip. So if you're not familiar with what you're seeing on your screen, okay, here is what you are seeing on your screen presently. Okay, this is just a screenshot taken from, this is actually from Thinkorswim. This is the exact date and time of the trade. This is to open, to close. It's Tesla. It's the expiration date. It's the strike price. It's where I open the option and where I close the option. Is everybody comfortable with that? As I said, I'm going to run through a lot of trades. So first of all, this is the Tesla position. Now, when it comes to market direction, I'll spend a moment on this one because it comes to market direction. I was wrong. Tesla was going up. I sold calls. I still made what? 83% return. Okay. So don't tell me about market direction because I just don't want to hear it. Here's another one in Tesla. Why am I showing you Tesla again? Because look, what did I do? Originally, I sold the 950 call. Let me go to the next trade. Then in the next trade, I also sold the 950 call. Somebody asked me, they said, what do you do after the money, you make money? Do the same thing again? Makes sense to me, right? I mean, repetition, repetition, repetition. This business eventually becomes incredibly boring. I hope it is. Okay. For most people, like, oh, it's exciting to be in the marketplace. No, no, no. You're in this marketplace. You're selling options premium. This should actually be kind of boring. I like boring. Boring makes money. I don't give a crap about excitement. I want excitement. I don't know. I have 3 little kids. Go outside and ride a bike or something. There's your excitement. Here, okay. What do? Just sell premium. Kick back and watch the paint dry. Here's another Tesla position, dead wrong on direction. I still made 90% return. Here's another Tesla position. By the way, this is crazy. Like this is a 1260 call. Okay. Again, I made a 58% return. Here's bonds. Nobody ever dreamed of selling option premium in bonds. I did. Sold it for 14 ticks, bought it back for 6 ticks, 57% return. Now, time out. Maybe you're not familiar with bonds. Maybe you're not. That's okay. I just wanted to actually bring up, like, you can go Tesla, you can go bonds. You just have to understand conceptually what we're doing. And then you have to actually go through criteria. You got to go through step by step to learn how to do this properly. Okay, here's another bond trade. And then again, we're all the way now in January. Here's an IWM short call for a 62% return. Here's another IWM short call, 53% return. Here's a Tesla short call. By the way, this is it, baby. This is the Holy Grail trade. Well, I say it's the Holy Grail because I sold the 1575s. 1575s back in January. Sold them for 266, bought them back for 64 cents, 76% return. Now stop right there for a second. For okay, you're looking at this. If you did one contract, because options trading contracts, you would collect 266 bucks. Okay. But then you're buying it back for 64 cents. So what are you really making on this after commissions? Okay. You're making what? $2, which is effectively like $200. You don't have to do one contract. You do 10 contracts, then it's $2,000. I just wanted to point that out. One thing in here, I don't feel like, I don't come to you and be like, oh, you got to trade big, man. You got to trade big. People hop on presentations all the time. They're like, look at me. I am doing 100 contracts. I can't express this enough. Okay. Ego, there's no place for it in this business. If you've got one, that's it. That's not going to help you in this business. Trade small, stay small. Okay, why do you got to be big? Why don't you just do little positions, scatter them out? Okay, you're going to be much better off for it. You don't have big risk. Eventually you're going to take a loss. But here's a 76% return. I was dead wrong on direction. Okay, Spider 60% return. Okay, Spider 50% return. Spider 51% return. Time, date, everything in here. By the way, as I said, I'm showing you screenshots right now. But let's actually go into the real account. This is my account statement. Type in spiders. This is 45 days back, but let's get crazy. Okay, let's get crazy. I don't care if we go 180 days back. No, there's 180 days in the spiders. I don't just trade spiders exclusively, but if you did, look, okay, to close, to close, to close. Now there's some stock trades in here, but look, I'm opening up all these spider calls. Look at them, 410s, 406, 399, 373. Okay, and then I'm buying them back to close, to close, to close, to close, to close. Okay, and I'll tell you right now, in all the trades that I've done, in Ultima premium selling, there is one loser right now, one loser, okay, in the last 6 months. And that loser is an IWM. And I don't mind showing it to you. Okay. There is one loser in all of these trades, and the loss was for a couple of pennies. And that was it. Okay. And that was literally it. So I'm going to continue along my merry way here. And again, all I'm showing you right now is screenshots. So I'm now still in January to February, 51% return. Here's a SPY short call, 57% return. Here's a SPY short call, 49% return. By the way, you see anything? He's like, he just talked about the bonds. He talked about the spiders. He talked about Tesla. Okay. Again, what is this? Okay. I mean, it's repetition. Here's SPY short call, 50% return. QQQ short call. Oh, let's mix it up. QQQ, 62% return. QQQ, 53% return. QQQ short call, 50% return. QQQ short call. Okay. Here's another QQQ short call, 64% return. Here's a QQQ short call, 53% return. Here's a QQQ short call. What? 57% return. IWM. I told you I'd switch it up. Now we're all the way into March. We're through the first quarter almost already. 56% return. IWM, 50% return. IWM, 54% return. IWM, 54% return. 52% return. IWM short put is still my heart. There's only a 49% return. 47% return, 49% return. And again, in the QQQ, and we are hot, okay? And I'll show you right now, go to the Qs. This is everything I've done, okay? Close up this left sidebar. This is everything I've done in this particular account. Only 34 fills. That's it, 34 fills. All of these, look, to open, to open, to open, to open, to open, to close, to close, to close, to close. That's these trade. See, open stuff for $1, close it out 50 cents. Okay, gold, Jerry, gold. I'm showing you every single trade to open, to open, to close, to close, to open, to open, to close, to close. This is it. That's my trading book. That's what it looks like. Bond short call. Okay, 50% return. IWM short call, 54% return. IWM short call, 51% return, 50% return. Short call, 50% return, 53% return. Bond short put, 50% return. By the way, if you want to see all my bond positions, I can show you that too. /ZB. As I said, ZB, I don't trade it that often, but I like it. I like it because it kind of mixes things up a little bit. And if you're not familiar with bonds, telling you, maybe you should get familiar with bonds. Okay, look, to open, to open, to close, to close, to open, to open, to close, to close. This is every single position. And if you look at the opens and closes, okay, you don't even have to sit here and get crazy and try to match them up. Here's a 143 put. Where did I close the 143 put? Well, I opened it here for 16 ticks. I closed the 143 put right here for 8 ticks, 50% return. You just keep going, right? IWM short call, IWM short put. Everything I do, okay, is the same thing again and again and again and again. I'm just running you through trades. If you look at the slide number over here, yeah, we keep changing. Okay. Look, Philip Morris. Okay, it's actually Altria Group. All right, Altria Group, 53% return. Bond short put, 50% return. Bond short call. All right, here's another Tesla trade, 53%. QQQ. Okay, Amazon short call, 63% return. QQQ short call, 50% return. All right, another Q, another Q, another Q. All right, by the way, we're getting really recent here if you haven't noticed. QQQ short put, 50% return. QQQ short put, 55% return. The SPY short put, 51% return, 51% return, 50% return. Okay. ES, different product. Figured I'd show you this, okay? Because now I'm scaling up a little bit here and showing you some more size. This is an S&P options on futures contract, 50% return, another 50% return, another 50% return, 51% return. Listen, this is the time you want to do this, okay? I just ran you through how many trades. I think I was on slide 35, and I just ran you through literally 75 trades, okay? There's one small loss in that account. There's one small loss in that account. I never used my hedges. I never had to use my hedges. The last, what? I mean, we're 6 months into the year. Every single trade that I'm showing you was actually done in front of TheoTrade clientele. You can copy literally every single trade to your heart's content. But I'm telling you, This is the time that you want to learn a skill set that can last a lifetime. First of all, many of you, some people might even still be quarantined. I actually saw just recently, I threw that in there because some people are actually still getting quarantined depending upon where you live in. But this is how you want to emerge stronger. Some people are back to work and actually at work. Others are actually permanently work at home. Okay. If you've got the time right now, this is what you want to learn. Because the foreseeable future, that skew, it's not going away. All right. What our members are saying. Here, Brent W. I'll just cherry pick this one. You won't find a more supportive and more profitable room anywhere in the retail business. Um, Here's Daniel Fabian. Okay, new member here, lurking in chat for about a month with short spy. TheoTrade's the only membership I've ever had that pays for itself and then some. Okay, listen, if you don't have a lot of time, that's not a problem. And we got to get you ramped up. You got to learn what ultimate trades are. You got to learn the criteria. But each and every single trade that I've shown today, and by the way, yes, I will answer those questions. I like it. Okay, we're going to answer every single question here today. Each and every trade shown today was displayed live at TheoTrade. Nothing is, this is, as I said, it's no holds barred. When I say we show you everything, we've got a portfolio with every single trade that I've done in it. And the portfolio is constantly updated. We even go out as far as a way we text and do push notification of trades. So the trades, you have to get ramped up and learn this, but then the trades we're showing, okay, if you notice anything consistency about there, it was just, closing the trade, closing the trade, closing the trade. Most of those were actually good till canceled orders, meaning I didn't sit there and like, should I close it? Selling premium is about as hands off as it gets. And you do use these good till canceled orders. So even if a fraction of your time is enough to see excellent results, like I don't want you to think that you have to be glued in front of the computer. Now, a couple of characteristics of selling Ultima Premium. The attributes are undeniable. You never have to buy or sell the stock. Risk is precisely to your comfort level. Again, we're going to use hedges. You don't need to use a stop order. You can vary time frames to minimize risks. The probability of profit is high. I mean, selling premium is like 95% probability type trades. And again, it's a perfect strategy though to enhance one's stock portfolio, but it's also an excellent tool for those seeking to build returns off of a smaller account. And now new products allow for the sale of options in nearly any account size. And I'm going to reiterate that there are new products that you can do this in any account size, including IRA accounts. So what you've got to learn is building a portfolio of options. And again, I want to stress this to you. Don't let the options portion of this intimidate you. There's some people that they just come here and they're just close off anything about options, but there's a reason that everybody's trading them now. There's a reason because options are going to be the quickest, the fastest, the safest, the easiest way to get where you want to go in this business. But you do have to learn them. Like selling premium can be done for minimal credits and minimal risk, but it's a big power saw. Like learning to trade options, as I say, learning to trade options. If you wanted to build a house, you're going to use a table saw. You're going to just zip through 2x4s like it's nothing. But if you don't know how to use that table saw, off go your fingers. Options, again, are the same thing. Options, they are the quickest. They are the fastest. They are definitely the safest and the easiest way to get where you want to go. But if you don't know how to use them, you're going to lop off a couple of fingers. Okay. You got to keep that in mind because people get intimidated about options. Don't. You can sell Ultima Premium and minimize risk. Maybe you have no options experience or limited experience. Again, don't let that intimidate you. You're going to need these strategies for the foreseeable market future because there's one reality of this business, and that's this. It ain't going to keep going up forever. Like I know that everybody believes that, but when they're talking about like millennials and kids living in mom's basement, legitimately, like some kid living in the mom's basement, making $1 million, on AMC in the last couple of days. You don't know if that's the end, but you're pretty sure it's the beginning of the end, if you will, because that isn't natural and that's not what is going to sustain you for the next 5 years or next decade. Like you're going to need these strategies for the foreseeable future, and I love this because it says be prepared, not scared. We can show you how and we can show you when to sell premium in a matter of a few hours. But what we really do here at TheoTrade is we create these really detailed, really intricate recipes for every strategy, okay, including selling premium. Now, I always say this because I think it's a great analogy, but you wouldn't bake a cake without a recipe. Okay. Why trade without? Like you have to have some type of a recipe. Like if you've gone out and you've ever baked a cake, after you bake a cake, I don't know, 10, 15 times, becomes old hand. You could probably do it without looking at the recipe. That first, 4 or 5 times, you got to look like how much flour. Okay, 2 cups of flour. Really, that much sugar? Dump that in there. Trading is the exact same thing. Okay, the exact same thing. You have to have that recipe. You have to have that criteria. This is what you need to know to successfully sell Ultima Premium for a living. Okay. First of all, you got to know what underlyings, what stocks, indices make the best Ultima Premium selling candidates. Like, what is it? Like, what did I use? You saw IWM, you saw spiders. Okay. You saw some QQQ, you saw some bonds, a little Tesla thrown in there. By the way, I threw Tesla in there just for the hell of it. You know why I threw Tesla in here? Because I was dead wrong. And I wanted you to see that I was dead wrong in market direction and still profitable. But the candidate selection is everything. Why? Because you have to know exactly what volatility to seek out. Volatility has to be right. If the volatility is too high, you're already dead. Like somebody actually said, what about AMC? It's death wish. We're not here to put you in harm's way. We're not here to put you in harm's way. We're here to do one thing, okay? To make money. That's it. That's what's important. But to make money, you have to do it, okay? Be risk averse. And if you're not, you're already dead. Nobody told you that, but it's the reality. You've got to be risk averse. You got to know there's a right volatility. There's actually a sweet spot of how much volatility. Okay. There's also a sweet spot of that's too much. And it's okay. At certain times Tesla is okay, and certain times it's not. That's the reality. You got to know what options expiration do I select. Have you guys even looked at options expirations lately? I want you to come with me. Let's take a tour into the SPX for a second. Seriously, let's go into the SPX. The SPX is a $4,200 product. There's an expiration today. There's an expiration Friday. There's a Monday, a Wednesday, a Friday. Look at all these expirations. Okay, like it's insane. There's almost 100 expirations just in the SPX. It's insane. You got to dial in to the perfect expiration cycle. You got to dial that in. Next, what should be the delta of the option I sell? Some people don't even know what delta is, but you got to know the delta, the option you're going to sell. How many options do I buy against my position? This is what we're talking about. This is the hedge. This is the risk twist spread. This is the RTS. This is the VIX volatility spread. This is the gamma iron condor. Okay, you go out there and you sell stuff. If you sell stuff and sell stuff naked, okay, you're going to get what's coming to you, and that is not going to be good. Selling naked is a very dangerous little word in this business, but you're not naked if you know how to hedge. And the hedges that we're using, like a VIX volatility spread, if you guys ever heard of, there was a big VIX trader over the last couple of years, and they actually nicknamed this VIX trader 50 Cent. People didn't figure out 50 Cent wasn't out there, okay, and it was literally, he was going out and buying options 50 cents. He wasn't doing what people thought. He's a hedger. He was just buying massive amounts of VIX options, not as a bet that the VIX was going to go up. He's buying massive amounts of VIX options because he was selling massive amounts of options in the S&Ps. Okay. You got to learn what options to sell. You got to learn what options to buy. You got to learn how to build a position. Okay. And it's not instant coffee, instant tea. You're going to have to learn something here. And the next question, it always comes up, do I need a large amount of capital in my account? Absolutely not. That's about the 5th time I've mentioned that. $2,000 in your account now, and you can do this. What's the right amount of risk? We can dial in, okay? Almost dial into the dollar, how much risk you're willing to take, and we can actually get that very, very accurate. What are the percentage returns supposed to be? Did anybody see? What was the average return in my account? Excuse me. What was the average return in my account there? You guys tell me, what was it? I love it. Most people got it. Most people actually got it, right? So that's, by the way, that is one of the pieces of criteria, 50%, right? 50%, 50%, 50%, like clockwork. If I ran through, we ran through almost 75 trades. Why? 50%, okay? And that's the percentage returns. And we're comfortable saying that. Why? Because that consistency is critical. But then how do I protect myself from market crashes? Again, that comes to the risk twist spread, the VIX volatility spread. Let me show you what we do here at TheoTrade. We create, again, detailed recipes in trading, criteria. Trading's all about It's all about answering the what ifs. You might know, like, what might be a good ETF candidate for selling premium? What's the correct options expiration you're going to sell in? How much capital do I commit to generate selling premium? What strike price options do I sell? What options do I buy? How can I actually limit my risk? Okay. I mean, that's what the what ifs. And TheoTrade has your answers. Again, we build recipes with definitive criteria, literally checklists for each unique strategy and each unique variable you're going to encounter. And I give you a great analogy for this because the way that we actually construct the checklist and the way that I initially designed these checklists, okay, that piece of logic actually came from flight manuals from pilots. If you're a pilot, you would probably understand this a little bit better, but explain it. You hop into the cockpit of a 737, they don't just throttle up and take off. Okay, they hop into the cockpit of 737 and they actually go through highly detailed checklists. And we built a checklist for trading. So literally, the pilot goes into the cockpit and starts through the checklist. That's why, sometimes you guys are like late for flights. You're like, let's go, man. And you see them like looking through the checklist, walking around the aircraft, jumping on the wings and so forth. Okay. It doesn't matter what you think. You have to go through the checklist. You got to go like literally step one. What's the volatility? Step two, liquidity. Step three, expiration cycle. Step four, probability. All of that has to be checked, 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 checked. And then once you actually get into the trade, once you execute into the position, then what do we have to do? Okay, then it's actually in flight. What if the stock goes up? What if the stock goes down? What if the market crashes? What if? Like, that's what this is about. Okay, this isn't just about like premium selling. Okay, anybody can figure that out, but we have to dial in the right premium to sell, the right expiration cycles, okay, the right way to mitigate risk. That is what checklists are for. That's what each unique variable you're going to encounter. Trading, okay, it's again about those variables, and TheoTrade is the answer to those questions. We'll give you the right probability, how many option contracts for the account size, when do you close your premium sale? 50%. What if the stock sells off big? Do you bail out of the trade? What if we rally massively? Can you fix a losing position? It's about how, it's about why, it's about when, it's about what price. And it's just, I'm telling you right now, that's just the beginning of the variables that you're going to face, okay, while selling Ultima options for a living. Now, listen, you can read about what selling premium is. Like everybody can go out there, they can Google. 10,000 pages are going to come up if you Google selling options premium. Okay. Maybe you even have placed a couple of trades and maybe you've even sold some premium, but you need TheoTrade's recipe for success. 20 plus years of trading experience. That's just me. Okay. We have 7 other full-time traders here. I had access to client order flow for 15 years, viewed and studied millions of trading accounts, and I ran education for 15 years at a firm, Thinkorswim and TD Ameritrade, with the largest options order flow in the entire industry. That's where this criteria comes from. Criteria, people. That is your recipe for success. And the following strategy and corresponding criteria, okay, requires the utmost attention to detail because we spent literally years fine-tuning the trade setup, fine-tuning the criteria. And when you approach the section on criteria, you follow steps to be able to build trade. Okay. We have a full-blown 5-hour course done very recently. It is archived. Now, before people tune out, as soon as I throw up here, Ultimate Income Generator course, people tune out. I am going to tell you right now, okay, we have a very strong incentive for people, okay, to enroll for TheoTrade. We do not just sell you a class and push you on your merry way. Yes, Ultima Premium, okay, an Ultimate Income Generator course is a 5-hour course. But what we do here at TheoTrade is a vast departure from anything that you've ever seen before in this industry. And I stress that to you so much because we do not just go out there and sell you a class for $500 and just kick you out the door, okay? How about we actually trade with you? We provide trades. We actually shoot you out text messages. Okay. We show you exactly what we're doing, right? We also give you access to a number of other resources. So hang with me here. Okay. Maybe another 15 minutes and I will explain to you what we do here at TheoTrade. All right. Because it's not, again, just a course that we sell you for $500. And I'm familiar with the education industry, right? Somebody sells you a course for $500. Okay. Okay. They sell you a course for $500 and then, whoops, looks like our recording may have stopped over there. It's okay. So they sell you a course for like $500, and then they turn around and they sell you an indicator for $500. And then before you know it, you're on to another course. Here at TheoTrade, okay, we literally do everything and provide you everything that you're going to need to either be a trader and or investor in this particular business. And again, I'm going to display that here momentarily. Let me talk just about the Ultimate Income course before I go into some of the other details. Okay. The trade instructor for this particular course happens to be myself. It's a 5-hour course. Okay. It is archived. It's ready to go. We only recorded it again a couple of weeks ago. It is available immediately. We like to do that. We like to kind of pre-record some of the courses, clean them up, okay, get the recordings ready, and it's available immediately for streaming with 24/7 access. By the way, we have our own mobile applications. If you're curious, TheoTrade currently boasts about 6,400 clients, okay? And those clients have access to a website. They have access to TheoTrade, okay, on any Apple device or any Android device. You can even download, all right, the course materials, listen to it offline. So again, we have our own mobile applications. It streams exactly like a Netflix or a Hulu or Amazon Video would do. The class slide deck that includes all the detailed entry and exit criteria, that checklist is available immediately for download. So the Ultima Income Generator course, it's ready to go. But as I said, here, let's go through a couple of bullet points of this. So you're going to learn how to generate consistent returns, okay, in selling options premium. In the class, we're going to talk about how to build a portfolio of high probability trades, generate really consistent monthly returns. Again, regardless of your starting capital, regardless of like experience, like that's not going to be a concern. We have courses to ramp you up for this. I'll come to that in a moment. All right. By the way, if you're brand new to options, because I'm watching some of the clients in here. All right. And by the way, Chris was talking about margin. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? I said, don't worry about margin. Okay, got you covered. I'm serious about that too. Don't you worry about margin. So when you do this, again, we're going to ramp you up. Don't worry. There's an entire series. If you've never traded an option before, there's an entire series of videos you can watch before this particular course. We're going to give you detailed entry and exit criteria for selling options premium. That's what TheoTrade's about. You're going to discover option Greeks. Okay, you're going to be able to manage risk through one number. You'll learn what that basically means. Okay, we're going to come in here, okay, and you're going to learn to use. Again, you're going to learn to use a risk array in order to visualize your profits, okay, and risk before those markets ever move. And that's something that's, you know, it's new to people. Like they don't really get that again, okay, you can, when I say visualize, everything, you can visualize profits and losses. What a risk array basically does, tells you what happens if the market's going to move up, if the market's going to move down. You're going to learn how to properly allocate to reduce risk and actually minimize risk moving forward. But the allocation portion of this is critical. There's an entire section. I know allocation is super boring to talk about. There's an entire section though in the class in allocation. Do it right, okay? It is one of the absolute, okay, cornerstones of successful premium selling. You're going to discover risk, okay, minimization techniques using the hedges. You're going to learn VIX volatility spread. You're going to learn risk twist spread. And you're going to learn how to sell premium in small accounts. By the way, there's also 2 hours of the course is about small account. It's about how to not get taken apart by margin. And that's one of the most important things over here. Before I go any further as well, okay, everything we do here at TheoTrade is a completely riskless trade. 90-day money back guarantee. We do this simply because we want you to check out TheoTrade. There's no question. We want you to actually go through to look at the Ultima class to make sure if it's right for you. But here's the money back guarantee. If you're not satisfied anytime in the next 90 days, just email us. Just go to support@theotrade.com. Okay. By the way, you don't have to give us a song and a dance. It's a full refund. You don't have to tell us what the problem was. Well, somebody, whatever, I had to go back to work. Like, we get it. No excuses, no questions, no commentary. You don't have to do a little dance, make a little love, get certified something in the mail. This is not like a gym membership. We don't do memberships. Okay. The bottom line, you want to learn this. It's completely riskless trade. Money back guarantee has no stipulations attached to it. Anytime in the next 90 days, you want your money back, get it back. Okay. Unequivocally, we have 6,400 members. Okay. And what we want here is people that are happy, that want to be here, that want to actually see what we have to offer. And that's actually how we've built, TheoTrade. And again, TheoTrade, been around now. This is actually going to be the 6th year that we are around. All right. Go to theotrade.com/skew. That's S as in Sam, K as in kick, E as in echo, W. So theotrade.com/skew. You can enroll for it right now. Now, before I go on, and I'm going to leave this up here for a second because, obviously we want people to enroll. It's completely riskless. I'll leave this up here. Now what I'm going to discuss for the next couple of moments, I'm going to discuss some of the bonuses and what we really do offer at TheoTrade that, totally differentiates what we do here from any other education firm out there. So we get that people always want a bonus. So here it is. We go beyond one class or one indicator. Okay. What we kind of strive to do is, and I'll just give you a little background on this. I started at a young age in Chicago trading. And then I immediately, after about 3 years, I started working at Thinkorswim, and I built the education division of Thinkorswim. And this is all the way back in 2001. While building the education firm of Thinkorswim, like I saw everything that was out there. Like I've seen every educational product out there. And everybody goes out there. Back in 2001, they'd sell you like DVD sets, or it wasn't even DVD, it was still like VHS sets. They sell you DVDs, and then all of a sudden now they're streaming. Everybody was selling a class after a class after a class, and it was all this a la carte stuff. People, save your money for trading. You need to learn this, okay? And what we do here at TheoTrade is designed for one end goal, okay? We're not designed here to have like a bunch of seminars and do a little dance, make a little love, and get down tonight. We're designed, okay, to assist you in every way, shape, or form. Anything that you need in this business, we're going to provide to you. Okay. Before I even show you what some of the bonuses are, I'll tell you right now, after today, you're enrolled for TheoTrade. You want to email me specifically, do it. I don't care. We have 6,400 clients. I'll answer emails for 4 or 5 hours a day. Okay. We answer emails on the weekend. You'll get an email back from some of our guys at 2 o'clock in the morning. Okay. Listen, this is what we do. Like that's our business. And it's important that you know that you have that support. Okay. Our only goal is to get you not only up in trading, but successful in this business. And there's nowhere that you're going to be able to do that better than here at TheoTrade. We get that you want everything to trade and invest. You want it at one place and one price. And that's exactly what we do. First bonus, there's a quick beginner's start guide. Okay. What is it? Quick start guide. Okay. If you've never put on a trade before, here, I'm actually going to show you exactly what it looks like. Because what's important here is again, the proof's in the pudding. But this is, by the way, this is TheoTrade. So if you take a quick glance at TheoTrade, pop that up there. This is actually what TheoTrade looks like, it's the site, but here's the start here menu, okay? Start here, this is options 101, options 201, options 301. I'll even make an argument here real quick. Even if you're super experienced in this business, I'm telling you right now, watch this, order execution part 1, part 2, and part 3. You're gonna be shocked at what you can learn about how orders are executed. Right? So, and when I say order execution, what that effectively means is, okay, when you actually click confirm and send on your brokerage platform, where does it go? I'm telling you right now, okay, that alone is worth the cost of TheoTrade. That alone is worth the cost, right? It's absolutely huge. So we will get you in there, get you started, right? It's a quick start. It's bonus number 1. Bonus number 2, we're going to give you access to every single course that we've ever done here at TheoTrade. And you're like, what do you mean? Okay. We've done over 100 courses. We actually launched TheoTrade, okay, January of 2016. So as I said, we're going to come into our 6th year. There's over 100 courses, not just me. I'm going to introduce the instructors in just a moment. But some of the courses, obviously, you're coming here for the ultimate income generator, right? But you get every other course we've done, in and out spreads, okay? In and out spreads, probably the most prolific course we've ever done here. Surviving and thriving in extreme volatility back spreads. Okay, there is a genre of trade and something for everyone. Okay, there's 8 full-time instructors, including myself here at TheoTrade. Everybody has a specialty. Like I didn't hire a bunch of people that are like Don. You don't want Don. Okay, we have somebody that trades futures. So we have somebody that does black book spreads, which is Matt. Okay, how to collect income being short, the risk twist spread class. Guide to selling high probability spreads, iron condors, selling premium minimizing risk, day trading NASDAQ futures. That's a little different. All right. Essential skills for consistency. I'm just giving you a smattering. Do you realize like you get access to the entire library from day one, every course? Is it overwhelming? Yeah. You know what? But for the money that you're going to pay for this, I think you'd rather be, and everybody I would assume this, I'd rather under promise and over deliver. Like you're going to be shocked how much is in here. But again, I think you'd rather be overwhelmed than underwhelmed. I don't want you to come in here and be like, that wasn't enough. Okay. Trust me, it's enough. And then some. So that's bonus number two. Number one, we get you ramped up. Number two, we give you access to every course. Okay. And there's courses in here that are blow your mind. Number three, we'll give you an all access TheoTrade VIP membership pass free. What is that? It is 3 months unlimited access to TheoStream. Okay. I'm actually going to show you what it is. So it's not, it's not okay just to like, oh, here, let's just talk about it. Let's actually bring it up. Okay. What you're looking at literally right here, right now. Okay. Obviously, you're looking at me. This is actually one of our traders. He's live right now. He's calling out trade setups. The trader that's on here, this is actually, I'm looking at a screen. It's Tony Rago. Okay, it's Tony Rago. What he's actually doing, he's scalping NASDAQ futures. This is not for everybody. This is for somebody that wants to day trade. This is somebody that wants to sit in front of the screen. You go, that's not what I'm here for. I know, but we offer it. There's a genre of trade for everybody. Let me pause that. And again, we literally, throughout the course of the day, we call setups, right? This is a chat room and it's our clientele talking to one another. So it's there for you. It's accessible to you. And it's important, guys, that okay, that is there for you. All right. So again, you've gone through and you're like, all right, that's kind of interesting over here. All right. Well, what else you got? So what else does this do? So we give you a live trading chat room. We actually will broadcast approximately 6.5 hours every day. We'll actually push out to you real-time trade ideas. So we do real-time trade ideas and real-time insights. We do text and push notification. So if you can't necessarily sit in front of the screen, nobody can sit in front of the screen. By the way, everything's recorded. Everything's recorded. You can even play it back at 2 or 3 times the speed. We also have 5 different trading portfolios. There is an Ultima income generator portfolio. We'll talk about that. There's daily coaching sessions. We actually have a professor of finance on staff. He teaches at Loyola as well as Professor Jeff Bierman. So, and probably the biggest thing in here on bonus number 3, we actually answer, and this is, again, I put a lot of weight to this. We answer your trading questions through email. Like if you have a question right now about trading, who do you turn to? Well, you think you're going to call up TD Ameritrade? It's not even TD Ameritrade anymore. It's Charles Schwab. You're going to wait on the phone for an hour and a half, okay, to get a 27-year-old kid that just passed his Series 7. It's true, okay? And when I say it's true, I work there, right? I know who's still there and who's not. You're going to get a 27-year-old kid that just passed his Series 7, is not allowed to answer trade questions. We're here. We're going to answer your trading related questions. Now, a lot of these firms that are out there, education firms, they don't want to answer trade related questions. We stare down the face of that and laugh. We go, most of our guys here, okay, are from the brokerage industry. We know exactly how to answer your trade related questions. Most of us have actually managed. I've managed over $300 million of capital early on in my career. We know how to answer trade related questions. We don't shy away from it. So email us. Bonus number 4. Okay. Oh, by the way, the TheoTrade instructors, before I go into bonus number 4, the TheoTrade instructors. So important to know that, obviously the VIP membership pass in here, but Jeff Bierman, Matt Williamson, Corey Rosenblum, Brandon Chapman, Steve Miller, Tony Rago, Blake Young. Jeff Bierman's also a professor of finance. He also carries the designation. Just want to throw this out here for you. Jeff Bierman happens to be also CMT. Okay. I just butchered that one. He is a CMT. Corey Rosenblum is a CMT, and Brandon Chapman is actually a CMT. We have 3 on staff. Okay. Most major brokerage houses only have a handful of CMTs on staff. There's only a few hundred out there. It's an extraordinarily difficult designation to get. Jeff Bierman is also professor of finance at Loyola. He moonlights with us here. He was also the chief technician for TD Ameritrade. Jeff Bierman built over half the studies in the Thinkers from Charts. Matt Williamson's a market neutral premium selling strategist. His expertise actually lies in what we call black book spreads and finding edge. Corey Rosenblum, he's our resident in-house swing trader. So if you're trying to pick up trend for a given day, this is your guy. Next in the docket, Brandon Chapman. Brandon Chapman, okay, also worked at TD Ameritrade and Thinkorswim along with Jeff Bierman and myself. Brandon's macroeconomics, technicals, and fundamentals. Steve Slim Miller. Slim has actually forgotten more about risk management than most of us will ever know. He is our resident psychologist here at TheoTrade. Then we come to Tony Rago, NASDAQ futures. That's all Tony does. He just scalps. He's a day trader, intraday, all day, constantly. Okay. Last but not least, Blake Young. Blake also hails from both Thinkorswim and TD Ameritrade, market profile, futures, currency, and commodities trader, also a former portfolio manager. So that is actually our crew here. By the way, minimum experience to be an instructor here. Minimum experience to be an instructor here at TheoTrade is 15 years of trade experience. Okay. This is actually some of the team hard at work over here. We did a Zoom call real quick and took a quick snapshot. Next in the docket, we give you 59 proprietary indicators and scans. So anything that we have is a proprietary study, and you go like, what does a proprietary study look like? Here, I don't mind displaying this to you. Come into the S&Ps. Wow, what a slop fest today. Come into the S&Ps and pull up like Quantix. We give you this, okay? Quantix. We give you like implied volatility and range. We give you that, all right? Auto expected moves. Auto expected moves I'm about to give to you momentarily. Everybody gets that one, okay? But all of this is included in TheoTrade. Everything that we build, okay, in terms of studies, scans, it's yours. You know, IV rank versus percentile, SPX expected move. Again, it's like another $2,000 plus of indicators and scans. Bonus number 4, TheoTheta Live Portfolio. Now, this is a newer positive theta portfolio. This kicked off in January. It's Ultima premium selling. It's just a no holds barred approach. Okay. You can see everything we do. You can see everything I do specifically. I shouldn't say we, it's me. It's full disclosure. Full disclosure, all trades, opening and closing, hedging positions. And we have 2 different portfolios. So we have the TheoTheta small portfolio. This is all the activity here for the last like 30 days. Nothing too crazy. You can look back at 60 days. Again, every single position that I do, you get to see everything. In fact, we even film a weekly video to show you each and every single position in here, 120 days, okay? Show you every single trade that we do. Again, it's full disclosure. You can watch me trade. Now, there's a large portfolio and a small portfolio. Somebody that has a $2,000 account or somebody, for instance, that has a $200,000 account, you decide. I'm actually trading both of those. So there's a TheoTheta, what I call the big boy portfolio, and a TheoTheta small account portfolio. That is in bonus number 4, and you have full access to that. All right. By the way, this is the all the trades are going to be updated right on the TheoTrade site, and you'll actually see the buy to open, sell to open. We do a weekly video update. I recognize what I'm talking about right now, and we're throwing a lot at you. So calm down, because we're throwing a lot at you. But at the exact same time, like, you need to understand, okay, that you have a fallback here. Number 1, you can just look at our trades. Number 2, you can watch a weekly video. The weekly video, typically about 13 minutes. And in 13 minutes, I update you on every single trade that we've done, both in and out. And these trades, like, they're not like high intensity, like, I gotta get it in now, I gotta get it off now. It's not like premium selling is hands off. You know, hey, you know, I'll get there when I get there. Maybe you're 2 or 3 days late to the trigger. You're fine. Okay. This is not going to be sitting there day trading like Tony Rago, you know, following like the bouncing ball. You sell some premium, you kick back and watch the grass grow. I mean, that's okay. But the TheoTheta portfolio, it is there for you. And we update again, each and every Friday, we'll actually update you. Next, bonus number 5, technical analysis toolkit. For those of you that do want to trade direction, for those of you, okay, that love charts, okay, boy, do we have people for you. Okay. Jeff Bierman, huge market technician, right? Blake Young, all right, market profile. You're going to love what these guys do. Slim Miller, cyclical analysis. You know, if you're not familiar with cyclical analysis, get familiar with it. So MACD, timing-based trading systems, pattern recognition. There are 21 other technical analysis classes. That's bonus number 5. Bonus number 6. This is for people that want to day trade. We have a NASDAQ futures trader. It's Tony Rago. Okay. We have a day trading ES futures blueprint. That's actually Corey Rosenblum. Consistent intraday strategies and setups. This is using options to intraday trade. High probability intraday system, okay, and 11 other day trading classes. By the way, day trading, I also want you to know this. If you're concerned about margin, don't be. If you're concerned about the day trading margin rule, there isn't one. We actually know how to circumnavigate the day trading margin restriction. So that's something that we absolutely walk you through, okay, in this 6th bonus. Bonus number 7, mindset mastery. Okay. This is a course that was actually put together by Slim Miller. Originally, right, this course cost $1,000. We did used to sell this course on a standalone. It's 5 essential building blocks to successful trading, okay, with Slim Miller. It's incredible. I'm telling you right now, if there's one course you're going to watch here, you can watch this, it's going to change your entire outlook on the marketplace, okay? This guy has, again, he's forgotten more about risk management than most people will ever know. The psychology, though, of the ups and downs inside of this business, he's going to walk you through. It's going to change your whole outlook on this entire business. So I put a lot of weight into that. And I'm telling you right now, like write that down, write down 5 essential building blocks to successful trading. Okay. I'll even show you where it's found. You shoot me an email. Okay. I'll tell you exactly where that class is actually found. We'll even give you the link. So enroll today. You're like, you get the link to that one. Just watch the one class. Again, bonus number 8, quick start guide to Ultimate Trades. Ultimate Trades, we want to cut your learning curve as much as possible. And in doing so, we're going to give you a Cliff Note version. Okay, Ultimate Trades, quick start guide. We put together a nice PDF format. Again, what our members are saying. This comes from Jeremiah. This is a little bit more recently on March 19th. My first 4 trades, following exactly the details in your Ultimate class, just closed out. Using GTC orders set right after getting into the trade. This paid for your class in less than a week. I'm very thankful I subscribed to your services. Keep up the good work. Thanks, from Jeremiah. Listen, TheoTrade, we include everything you're going to need to trade, everything you're going to need to invest. Classes, coaching, email access to the instructors. There's a live trading chat room. There's indicators and scans. There's mobile access. It's everything you're going to need. Like what we really set out to build here, we kind of built like the Netflix for traders. You know, again, everybody has their own genre, their own niche. Built the Netflix for traders. $297 for 3 months. That's it. Okay. By the way, that's not a membership. That's not a membership. So I want to clarify that right off the bat over here. The Ultima Income Generator course, available immediately. Okay. Everything that I've just discussed, $297 for 3 months. And, you know, inevitably, I'm looking for my pen over here. Inevitably, everybody asks to me, you know, is this an introductory price? Absolutely not. Listen, there's a reason we have over 6,000 people on TheoTrade. Okay. After 3 months, if you want to do it again, it's $297. That's it. Okay. There's no if, and, or but about it. We only charge $297. By the way, there's a full money back guarantee. Go to theotrade.com/skew. Theotrade.com/S as in Sam, K as in Kick, E as in Echo, W. Theotrade.com/skew. There's still a money back guarantee. That's fine. We have no problem with that. It's only $297 for 3 months. And if you want to do it again after 3 months, do it again after 3 months. People say, well, how long do I need to be on there? That's up to you. I mean, we provide you trades, we provide you support. Some people will come here, they want to be a member for years. All right. We have a lot of people who've been with us, you know, from the beginning. Why? Sooner or later, you're going to have a question. Or I tell you what, for $100 a month, don't you think it's worth it to be able to email somebody about your financial future? I mean, somebody's going to have $250,000, you know, but they're managing themselves. They have nobody to reach out to. Okay, we're it, and we'll help you. And by the way, we will answer those trade-related questions. So here's everything you get for $297. And I want to reiterate something because it's already come up in here a bunch of times. It's yeah, no, this is not a membership. Okay, it's 297. I don't like memberships. We don't like memberships in general. I really don't like memberships. So it's $297, and it's not a reoccurring monthly charge. In fact, here, perfect time to do this. Let's go and take you right over to here. Let's go to theotrade.com/skew. Okay, so I'm going to actually pop you directly into this site, theotrade.com/skew. When you click add to cart, okay, you click add to cart, it's the Ultimate Income Generator. Put your first name, last name. By the way, please put your phone number down when you're actually enrolling for this. The reason you want to put your phone number down is because that'll automatically enroll you for text messages. Your payment info. You can do a single payment of $297, pay $149 and do it in 2 payments, or, you know, 3 payments of $100. That's up to you. Okay. We just do that. I didn't even mention it. We just do that because it's what every people want. But what I want you to see, it's a single payment of $297. It's not a membership in there. So that it matters to me. So it's theotrade.com/skew. I'll put that back up there again. It includes, again, access to Ultima, 100 trading classes, new monthly classes, live trading, 59 proprietary indicators, text and push notification. right? Daily coaching sessions, that's continuing education, and we directly answer your questions on email. I want to reiterate this. It's a completely riskless trade, 90-day money back guarantee. You're not happy anytime in the next 90 days, please just email us. Okay. You don't have to give again the big song and dance. There are no stipulations. We used to basically say, if you trade with us, there's no stipulations at all anymore. And I just figured this is easier. Okay. Because people would come in there and like, on a technicality, I want out. There's no technicality. We only want you here at TheoTrade if you want to be here at TheoTrade. Got it? Good. By the way, if you receive a refund, you keep bonus number 1 on us. Again, there's no excuses, no commentary, no nothing. In the first 90 days of you being at TheoTrade, if you're not happy, just email us. We'll give you your money back. Okay. Get into TheoTrade now. We're going to work with you directly. By the way, there are 30 spots. This is to incentivize you for today. There are 30 spots on the riskless trade deal. Why do we do that? To incentivize you to enroll. The other thing is people. Okay. There are 6,400 members right now of TheoTrade. We answer a tremendous number of emails. Okay. So it is a matter of size. Hey, we give you 30 spots on the riskless deal. So the first 30 people, I'll make this clear, the first 30 people to enroll today, okay, are completely riskless. They have 90 days of TheoTrade basically on us. If you're not happy anytime, and you can, people say like, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to watch all these videos in the next 90 days. Do it. That's what we're here for. And I'll tell you what, you're going to go in there and thinking like people always go, I'm going to go in there, I'm going to sign up, I'm going to pay my $300, and then if I'm not happy, I'm going to come out. But you're going to find out real quick what we do here for $300. Okay, you could spend $50,000 on market education. Okay, everything will pale in comparison to what you see here at TheoTrade. I don't care what you spend in education. Just because you spent 50 grand, I bet you what you do here for $300, it's going to smoke it. You're going to be absolutely unequivocally shocked at what we're capable of doing. And why are we capable of doing it? Because our entire model is a very simple one. Okay, we educate first and foremost. Okay, this is not an organization that we don't have anything else to what we're giving you everything from day one. Okay, the whole organization is based on what is a group of traders working together. So it's unlimited email mentoring in here too. It's 297 riskless offer. It's never been available before with the Ultima portfolio. So, and it's got a no stipulations money back guarantee. That is brand new. Okay. No stipulations money back guarantee is absolutely brand new. As I said a moment ago, go to theotrade.com/skew. What our members are saying, my closed year-to-date profit from Ultimate Trades is paid for a yearly subscription to TheoTrade. This comes from John. Again, everything that you're getting today is Ultimate Income Generator, the quick start guide, 100 trading classes, VIP membership, which is the chat room, right? The Theo Theta portfolios to get access to the portfolios. All of this is $297. I'm not done. Okay. Bonus number 5 is technical analysis toolkit. Bonus number 6, day trading treasure chest. Bonus number 7, a mindset mastery. Bonus number 8, quick start guide to ultimate trades. Again, it's theotrade.com/skew. If you follow me to that link right now, okay, that gives you the auto expected move indicator. I'll go ahead and actually bring this up one more time so that everybody does see this. So there's actually our support staff. Again, there are 30 riskless spots left. I will be more than happy. I can actually, on my iPad here, and I don't know if you guys can see that, but on my iPad, I can actually, I can read off the names if it makes you guys feel better. I'll read off the names of who is actually enrolled for the riskless trade. Just so you guys know, it takes about 7 minutes for me to actually see your name show up in here. So bear with me. I'm going to answer all of your questions as well. But again, it's support at theotrade.com. If you have questions, though, just hop into the chat room or, okay, just email support at theotrade.com, if you needed to. Here, you just simply click add to cart, and again, you're good to go. As I said, you decide. It's a single payment. There's no membership here. We never bill you again. For those of you, if you're looking for the indicator is the bottom of this page. It's the auto expected move indicator for Thinkorswim. So I'm going to go back now, and I'm actually going to answer a number of trade related questions. So again, theotrade.com/skew. Again, what our members are saying. I took this a little older email, but wanted to drop you a quick email. I think the class is wonderful. I've been stretched in each session, but not beyond my ability. After each session, I watch the recording, do the homework. I feel each week that my knowledge of options trading is growing steadily and rapidly. Obviously, I can't speak for my classmates, but it's going very well for me. And this comes from Jeff. Next in the docket, I wanted to show you this one from Todd Summerall. And the reason I threw this in here is because I want you guys to know that when you email us, we're going to give you definitive answers in emails. We're not shy. It says, hey Don, don't know if you remember me, but I emailed you a few weeks ago, told you my delta was positive 1,000, couple thousand or more. You told me to smash it or I was going to be in trouble. I smashed it. You saved my account. I just want to thank you for your information. Before Theo, I had no clue about Portfolio Delta. Big hearty thanks to you and all of your team. My finances would have been a goner without your advice. Okay. And I'm comfortable actually like this. You can use this if you want. I will. Okay. I want you guys to be comfortable with that knowledge that you can ask definitive, questions here via email. Let me answer general questions, and then I'm going to come into specific questions. Again, for those of you enrolling, enroll now. It's theotrade.com/skew. As I said, there are 30 riskless spots available to you, and I will do my level best here to actually read off all the names of those enrolling. Just solidify that you got into the riskless spot. So people always ask in the first question here, what do I need to get started? You need a laptop. You don't even need a laptop. Use an iPad. Use an iPad, use a phone. You can actually stream. Again, we have an app, and so does every major brokerage firm. So now you can actually just have a tablet. It's fine in there. Android is fine as well. If you're not like an Apple person, I got my Mac issued underwear over here. Ironically, I use an iPad, using an iPhone, but then I only use PC. I've got a Mac somewhere tossed over here that I never use. We have everything that you're going to need though to get started. I mean, I really say this, it's $297. And if there's something that you need that we're not providing, okay, I implore you, tell me. But that's what we're here. That's what we're like doing, is we're trying to give you everything that you need, right? Education, support, portfolios you can follow, like email support. What else do you need to get going in this business? How about this? Profitable trades, okay, which is exactly what we're doing with Ultima Trades. Number two, this is not a membership. We do not auto renew. We do not auto bill, period. This is not a membership. Number three, we are now providing Theo Theta weekly video updates. So on a Friday morning, we will come out with the Theo Theta video. You can see the update. You don't necessarily have to tune in. So you don't have to watch 6 hours a day, 7 days a week. We broadcast 5 days a week, but you don't have to watch, 30 some hours a week. You can get updated on that particular portfolio in 13 minutes a week. Number four, we archive everything, okay? We archive everything. So we understand that not everybody can watch, okay, everything. And you can actually download stuff onto your iPad or your phone, and you can stream it back at like 3 times the speed. There's nothing more exciting than me at 3 times the speed. Number five, we'll provide you access, okay, to TheoTrade mobile, so you can download and view all the archives at your leisure. Number six, as I said this a moment ago, add your cell phone number, okay, and you'll receive trades and text messages. If you are outside the United States, then you just download TheoTrade mobile for push notifications, okay? Number eight, you can email us anytime and receive a response within 24 hours, including trade-related questions. Now, I've put so much weight into that about emailing us. Please, you have to understand like one thing. Throw 24 hours out there. Some people will email us on a Friday afternoon with 5 minutes to go to the close. They're like, I got an option, I need help. Okay, that's not a good thing to do. We're traders and we trade, and we want you to email us, but you got to give us a little time, a little turnaround time, because again, we trade throughout the course of the day. Most of us answer emails either before the markets open or after the markets close. I can tell you right now, I'm on Pacific time. I get up every morning at about 5 in the morning, get ready and broadcast. I start each and every trading session. Every trading session, I'm on for an hour to an hour and a half. So every single day, you will see me on TheoTrade. Like I don't just disappear, after today. I trade, and you get to see it for an hour every single day. I'm the first one on every single morning. Anyway, I think that's important as well. But if you want to email me, give me about 24 hours, because what I do is actually trade during the day and then I answer emails after the close. Okay. Number 9, okay, you're going to gain email access to, you're going to gain access, I should say, to every course TheoTrade has done. Okay. Every single course TheoTrade has done in the previous 5 years. So literally everything we've done is going to be archived and ready to go. We are also continuously coming out with new coursework. So every time we have a new course, you're invited. We just do it in the main chat room. And, sometimes we just had a new course that came out this past weekend. It was a holiday weekend. And a lot of people said, I'm not going anywhere, not doing anything. Kind of surprised us, but yeah, we actually did this on a holiday weekend. Number 10, variations of the trades are available to do inside of a retirement account. I just want to show you something here at Tastyworks. Okay, this is actually this is a retirement account. So I'm actually trading in an IRA in front of you because I want you guys to see that you can do it in a retirement account. Number 11, we at TheoTrade, we can help you get approved for options, okay, at several major brokerage firms. We can also walk you through the margin and how to reduce margin requirements. Again, that's never going to be an issue. Day trading margin rules are a thing of the past. We can work on that. Remember, there are 30 riskless trade spots available. Okay. And we do that again. We incentivize you to enroll now and get 90-day money back guarantee. So you've got literally no risk whatsoever. Get results, take action, and enroll for TheoTrade. By the way, just a grouping of the first names. It takes me about 7 minutes before I see your names come through. I'm also going to answer your questions directly. So a few of the names: Douglas F. from Utah, Paul M. from Kentucky, Mark C. from Minnesota, Duke C. from California, Phil W. from Arizona, James G. from New York, Hartley C. from Massachusetts, J. L. from Pennsylvania, Matthew B. from the UK. So that's just the first grouping of people coming through. Let me answer a couple of your specific questions now. And again, I'm just going to pop open this particular trade. Again, you go to TheoTrade, okay, here we go, TheoTrade.com/Skew, right, and just simply click add to cart. When I say I'm going to answer some of your specific questions, so we're picking off questions in the chat room right now and queuing them up in my my iPad here, and then I'll read off a couple more names, but let's get to a few of them. By the way, there's a lot. Okay, there are a lot in here. Can I use this with a traditional IRA account on TD Ameritrade? The answer is no. You will not want to do this at TD Ameritrade. They're going to actually limit what you can do inside of the IRA account. So that's one of the things we do cover inside of the Ultima class. So you do have to be a little bit flexible on that particular front. If you have extraordinarily limited funds, in an IRA, you'd probably want to move your brokerage account, which I'll walk you through. I like this next one that came in. You talk of selling premium over 90-day contract. Okay, get your examples. The duration of the contract's about 30 days. That's exactly correct. So if you sell something with 100 days and buy it back with only 70 days, the duration of the trade might last about 30 days. That's it. Just because I'm selling something with 100 days doesn't mean I have to hold it for 100 days. There's no way, no shape, no how. Okay, that's actually what they call negative gamma risk. We don't want negative gamma risk. So you have inadvertently, I believe, picked up a very key portion of this particular course. So yeah, it doesn't matter if you sell for 100 days. Like the whole business is simple. Like get in, get out, take minimal risk. I don't want to hold positions for long periods of time. And when we started today, we said we wanted to produce monthly income. Because you're producing monthly income doesn't mean you have to sell an option with 30 days. You can sell an option with 100 days and get out of it when it only has 70 days left. That still produces monthly income. So I figured I'd have some fun with that one. Oh, I love this one. William said, since one cannot sell options naked in an IRA. Whoa. Who said that? You absolutely can. You got the wrong brokerage firm. By the way, the rules changed. The rules changed about 18 months ago, and most people don't know that. You can sell naked options inside of a brokerage account, and they're going to tie up nominal amounts of margin, even in an IRA, because I'm going to show you right now. Okay. Want to see an IRA? Here's my IRA. Oh, look. Okay. That is an IRA. That is an IRA. You can see exactly. I told you this, I'm only in my 40s, and this is second IRA, but here's exactly the buying power that is an IRA account, yada yada yada, and these are naked options, and the naked calls too. And I did that intentionally just to show you absolutely can sell naked calls inside of an IRA. You just got the wrong brokerage firm. Okay. Again, all the rules have changed in here. By the way, a couple of more names just came through. John K from Texas, Paul T from Nevada, Lauren D from Utah, Keith C from Texas, Stephen S from Massachusetts, Lillian M from California, uh, Salvatore C from New York. By the way, again, I don't want to sound like, trying not be facetious in any way, shape, or form. Um, but they've changed a lot in the last couple of years. And most people are not familiar with some of the changes in the brokerage firm, because I'm going to tell you why. TD Ameritrade didn't make those changes. I worked there. Okay. Again, I worked at TD Ameritrade from 2010 to 2015. By the way, somebody in here asked, why did I leave TD Ameritrade? I had a 5-year lockup clause. Republic company, they locked me up for 5 years. At 5 years and one day, I exited. I thought about it for 5 years. You know what I did for 5 years? Okay. And this is the honest truth. For 5 years, we had children. They had really, really good health insurance. So I had 3 children in those 5 years. And my last child was born. My last child was actually born October 5th of 2014. My exit from TD Ameritrade was actually February 1st of 2015. So we had children. I stayed there to have kids, and couldn't wait. The regulations just they've changed stuff. By the way, James C from New York. I just got your name in here too. So yeah, they've changed a lot in the brokerage industry, and TD didn't keep up. A lot of the brokerage firms didn't keep up. So we're moving around now. Like we're trading at a couple of different firms. So I like this. I cannot trade multiple products. I get too overwhelmed. Okay, I'd rather focus on one or two products. Can I do that with Ultima Trades? Absolutely. Ultima Trades, actually, if you haven't noticed, I really limit the number of products I trade for that very reason. It's like it's overwhelming. Like I got to track this and this and this. Like, look, I traded IWM, the QQQ, maybe a little bonds. Okay, went back to the IWM, went to the QQQ. I got crazy. I went to the spiders. I threw some Tesla in there for some color, but yeah, no, it's stay small. Somebody said, can this allow me to scale up? Absolutely. Okay, when people talk about scale, so what we did at TheoTrade, we built a Theo Theta big boy portfolio and a small portfolio. There's a lot of people that have a $5,000 account. They got to start somewhere. So we had to start in a small portfolio because I have to do things differently in the small portfolio. In the big boy portfolio is no holds barred. When I say no holds barred, I don't care. Like people email me, they're like, oh, can you trade this product? No, the big boy portfolio is anything that I want to do, period. I'm like running basically a portfolio any way I want to, but it's all about premium selling and risk mitigation, period. And you get to see no holds barred, but I don't take requests, if you will, in that. And I only trade a handful of products. And when I say I don't take requests, like, could you trade AMC? Of course not. I'm not going to trade AMC. I'm here to make a living. I'm not here to get caught up in a chat room with just some chaos in there. This isn't about like a lottery ticket. This is about consistency. AMC is going to be here today, gone tomorrow. GameStop already was, okay, and took a lot of people down with it. This is about consistency. And I'm so adamant about that stuff, guys, because again, like this is about sustainability. And you don't hear about people lasting in this business that are like trading flash in a pan stocks like that. I like this. I have a very small starting account and need to accumulate the necessary knowledge to go forward. Also difficult to access brokers to the US. Um, we actually can help you quite a bit on the non-US accounts. Like if you're over in London or something, not a problem whatsoever. We have suggestions if you're in Canada, London, Australia. We work with everybody, and we do. In fact, our one of the firms that we do use as a brokerage firm, they were just actually acquired for $1 billion by a European firm. So it'll be the premier platform inside of Europe within about a year. Okay. Here's a good question. On a $1 to $2 million account, what's the scalable system? Okay. Oh yeah, no, on a $1 to $2 million account, you're going to have portfolio margin and you're actually going to follow me in the big boy portfolio. And we go to scale in that portfolio, not a problem at all. I like this. It says, I'm new to options. How can I get up to speed? That's what the entire start here menu is for. Like do not, if you're brand new, and I'm telling you, it's the easiest thing to get you ramped up. Okay. And I actually prefer it. Like people come to TheoTrade. Sometimes they've already been knocked around, and some of you have been around the block when it comes to like education firms. I mean, listen, they're talking about it in the chat room right now, right? So when, by the way, all the accounts I'm showing you, just so you guys know, these are not company accounts. They're all personal accounts. Again, I just showed you at the Tastyworks. That is my IRA account. It's one of my IRA accounts. And here at Thinkorswim, there's just, my account, portfolio margin account. That helps. I have another IRA though over here. So multiple IRAs and so forth. Okay. I need accounts, man. Anyway, yeah, the easiest thing to do is to scale you up. Um, some of you though have been to like different education firms, you come from different walks of life and so forth. And I know this sounds terrible, but certain things have to be like unlearned a little bit, especially when it comes to options and decay. Okay, it's actually something I just blow you out of the water in the beginning of the Ultima class. It's one of my favorite things to do because there are so many misnomers about selling options premium. By the way, Irvin M from Kansas, I just got your name through here too. All right, one or two more questions. I know I've gone over in time, and I do want to wrap things up over here. All right, so somebody said, can you handle $5,000 and $6,000 portfolios? Sure, absolutely. So if you have an IRA, $5,000 is good to go. If you have just a regular margin account, $2,000, and you can still do some of the trades. I mean, it's going to limit you in what you can do with $2,000, but that's okay. People, listen, you got to start somewhere. I'd rather somebody come here and learn that has $3,000, okay, a lot of people talk themselves out of it because it's just like, I got 3 grand. What can I do with 3 grand? At least you can learn. At least you can start selling premium. At least you can start pushing the button because everybody, I don't care whether you have $3,000 or $3 million, everybody should start small and scale later. Okay. If you've ever sold premium, great. But if you haven't, you don't know what it's like, right? To feel that fear when things don't necessarily go your way. Like you got to learn this. You got to learn small and work up. And that's okay. As I said, that's the part that's not instant coffee, instant tea. That's the part where there's a learning curve associated with some of this stuff. And that's where we're going to just be here holding your hand, supporting you every single, every single day, every single step of the way. All right, with that, do you sell index options? Of course I do. Yeah, absolutely, unequivocally, yes. Okay. When I say do you sell index options, that means like SPX and so forth. Yeah. Okay. I trade the mother of all products. Now you'll see every single product that I trade. I try to keep most of you away from the SPX because the SPX is it's big, it's scary, it's got like big teeth, it's a monster that lives in the closet. It's quiet right now, but when the monster gets up, it's angry. Oh yeah. By the way, can Don provide a formal definition of exactly what skew is when trading options? Okay, so skew specifically, it's the variance of out of the money puts versus out of the money calls implied volatility. So like if you look at the skew index, which is actually SKEW, what the skew index does, it's like an out of the money options VIX, and skew, it's never been higher. So it's looking and measuring it's measuring like out of the money calls versus out of the money puts and the distortion between the two. And that in fact is what skew happens to be. So there's several factors going for you. Skew is one of them, but there's also like a volatility distortion between what we term front month and back month. And it's really beneficial right now to actually be selling options that are further out in time. It's kind of ironic because that usually didn't work in the past. By the way, Randy T from California, just got your name through here. With that, again, I like this one. I want to answer one more. Well, Ultima helped me become a consistent trader. Take one step forward, maybe 2 steps back. No, this is unequivocally the most consistent course that we've ever offered here. It's extremely high probability. It's designed for consistency. And it's the Ultima course. People are going to always ask the question, how come you didn't do this 5 years ago? You couldn't. You couldn't have done this 5 years ago. They just came out with newer products 18 months ago. Volume is just picking up. A brokerage firm came out that lets you do this in your IRA. Everything just changed. It's blowing the roof off of what we thought we could do in accounts. And it's good. Anyway, with that, TheoTrade.com/skew. If I did not get your question answered today, I do apologize. There were a lot of them. I do hope to see you. By the way, listen, there's still half an hour left in the trading day. You can feel free to jump into the chat room. Corey Rosenblum is live right now. There's also going to be a chat though after the close. It's called TheoTrade at the close. That happens every Wednesday. I believe that's Brandon Chatney, Corey Rosenblum, maybe Matt Williamson are going to be on there. So stay tuned for that as well. And again, that's right here, right now. So hop in there. I want to thank everybody for joining us today, and have a wonderful afternoon. Bye bye.